Well, people come to us because we don't sell them on anything.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Monday morning to you. John Reed, Cody McClure, the P team, locked and loaded. Sam Beard and Bad News Bubba. Christmas only 10 days away. If you're doing some online shopping, you better go ahead and lock it in today just to make sure. Cody will be here momentarily. Sam is here. Bubba's here. Sam, top of the morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Cold one this morning, but I'm doing solid. My the remote to my car is like broken to where I can't lock and unlock with the remote. I just have to manually lock my car, and it was frozen this morning. The lock was frozen, Bubba.
So you don't have a key to get in?
I got in, but it was like crunchy when I put the key in. It was just
very, very proper taking this, I feel like. Joke's on you for having a car above 2010 that has that feature.
Yeah.
Guy like me, we just stick the key in and hope to God that it turns.
It happened to me like 2 weeks ago. Maybe the first time it was like actually like brutally cold.
You don't even have proper door handles.
I know.
They froze probably.
They did freeze. Like my door handles kind of like suck in and you like poke them out, but like they get frozen sometimes. And I guess I hadn't like warmed my car up remotely enough to have it thaw out, but I legitimately had to crawl in through the passenger door. The passenger door had opened, I guess, because it was on the side where the sun had hit it a little bit. So I was like, okay, can I crawl through the trunk? And I was about to have to crawl through the trunk, which would have been real awkward. But because it was like before the show, I was like, I got to make a decision. I only got like 3 minutes to decide. I can't risk that it's not going to not still be melted here. So, but I crawled through the passenger side. It worked, but it was a weird time. Cold this morning. Yesterday was a bitter cold day. That was winter yesterday. I didn't really leave the house.
Yeah, I didn't really either.
I took the dog out maybe like twice. Other than that, I just stayed put.
I took the trash out, and even just in that 5-second walk out to the trash can outside, I was like, oh, it's a good day to be on the couch watching football.
Yeah, it was a good football day. I was locked in from start to finish. I got to give my guys just a round of applause. Really, in 2 leagues, my boys came to play. I got to say, I got a new favorite NFL player. It's been developing all year, but it's there now. I always like to have a guy off the Titans that I just really, really love. For a while, George Kittle held that title. He was my guy. 2018, 2019, sometime around then, George Kittle held that title. It's been vacant for the last couple of years, but my boy Puka, he has grabbed my heart. What a performance by Puka over the last 2 weeks. I went in, Sam, trailing by 8 points in my big fantasy playoffs. I leave yesterday winning by 61 points.
Wow.
He's still got one guy left, Jalen Waddle, but unless Jalen Waddle has 20 catches for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, I should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and chalk it and said I'm headed to the championship. Everyone performed well. Drake May, a little frustrating because he came out and ran for 2 touchdowns immediately. And I was like, okay, he might go for 40. Ends up only with 20, whatever. But Travis Etienne, just amazing performance by you, sir. You've been very frustrating all year, not getting in the end zone, not getting the ball enough. But yesterday you made up for it with 3 big touchdowns. Tyrone Tracy, they said that I was dumb for putting you in a starting spot. They said I can't rely on you. You came through with 2 big touchdowns. Puka, amazing.
I was
Isaiah
talking about
Likely.
this with my buddies yesterday. It was a huge day for people with 2+ touchdowns.
Yeah.
There was like 9 guys that had
Yeah.
2+ touchdowns yesterday.
It's true. Him and Jacobs, and there's a couple guys trying to put their team on the back. I had a couple of them myself. Puka might as well have had 2 touchdowns whenever you have, 10 catches for 180 yards. Isaiah Likely, you're a bum. You're a bum, and you almost, you made me mad. But because my fantasy experts are like, oh, the Bengals, they can't stop tight ends. Likely's getting all these targets. So I cut Dalton Schultz, and I put in Isaiah Likely. That was a mistake. So I got to figure something out with my tight end because I had Laporta, who's been out for a while. So my tight end spot's been a rotating door, a revolving door. I got to figure something out as I'm headed to the championship. Russell Smith was beheaded in the fantasy frenzy as I eliminated him to advance to the Final Four. So all in all, a pretty good football Sunday for me. Bubba, how are you? Top of the morning to you.
Feeling pretty cathartic, John.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
You can finally see me.
Turns out he was there the whole time. What did you make of it? I watched it. I was at a Christmas party on Saturday, and I was kind of, gauging the room like, hey, you guys care if at about 9:30 I put on John Cena's last match? And I was like, no, it's fine. They're kind of like, oh, really? Why? And then asking questions. But when it came time to watch, there's a lot of people captivated sitting there watching it.
Yeah, it was I'd say it's a pretty huge day. You got people from the block and the communities, people battling things, people getting older watching their childhood heroes, so to speak, those potentially, different areas mentally as well. Also watching this happen, not knowing how it's all going to go.
You say everything just the weirdest way.
I don't want to say what I was going to say specifically, potentially on the spectrum.
Oh,
having
okay.
their heroes, but
it's just everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. You don't have to be on the spectrum. You don't have to be on the block. You could. I mean, you're a normal guy.
But that's why I try to lump in all these different types of categories of people.
I won't say that, like, I don't feel like I grew up on Cena because I'm a little bit older than that. But I got caught. I got caught in the algorithm on Friday nights, like on Instagram Reels, where it's just nonstop Cena stuff and like people like giving him like the Make-A-Wish flowers, some of those old stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he holds the record for the most Make-A-Wishes. Another thing is very anti-Logan Paul. So anytime I saw him in this, kind of sad. No Randy Orton because anti Mr. Beast because he took Randy away from us because I think he's in Beastland, which is in like the UAE somewhere.
Beastland.
Yep.
Beastland. I didn't know he had a name for it. Beastland.
It's like a pop-up like amusement park that he's got going on over there.
Is this guy Michael Jackson?
Pretty much, I guess. I don't know. He's everywhere.
Did you see that little kid just screaming at whoever the guy's name was?
You're jumping ahead this whole timeline, right? And then I had to see Jelly Roll, of all people, who I did not want to see for this tribute. I said, golly, I had to see this guy insufferable, I'm so blessed. I'm Jelly Roll talking about, playing basketball. And here he is from my GOAT saying, John, I wish you well. I've been an ex-convict, but John, you are an inspiration to all. So that kind of threw me down. Yeah, it was really, really weird because it's like, I get it's still like the carny / like business style, but the way they kept approaching it, I kind of wanted to laugh a little bit because it's like, in an hour and a half, John Cena's final match. Here, buy all his shirts. In 38 minutes, John Cena's final match. One more match, boys and girls. And
they were going for they were going for a widespread audience. I think they cast a wide net of people to come in and watch that, which, John Cena's, an A-lister over the last 20 years. I mean, I won't say he's like an A-lister in Hollywood, the whole time, obviously. But I mean, I think if you add it all up, the last 20 years, he's been one of the more famous people in the world.
I mean, I think I've been very fortunate to be part of this timeline where I get to see the GOATs like LeBron, Tom Brady and Peyton, Serena Tiger, and John Cena, throw him in that category. Pretty cool. Kind of sad. I cried a lot, John.
You cried?
I did.
At what point?
Oh my gosh. From like the beginning, like the pre-show, whenever they first showed like the Make-A-Wish video.
Yeah, Make-Wish videos do get
Dude,
me.
it's like, damn, dude.
I was tearing up on Friday watching those. I was just sitting there on my couch by myself.
And then the final video that they put up on the Jumbotron. Shout out Vince McMahon, not really for making an appearance. That was kind of crazy, but also not really.
The end of the thing that didn't really move me much. I mean, it was cool. I was watching him to see if he cried, but it didn't do anything for me. But like I said, I'm a little too old for Cena to feel like he was like the big part of my childhood or anything. Cody, did you cry watching John Cena? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
Good, man.
Good to be here.
What's up?
Good to be anywhere. Sorry, I was running behind today. I was at Rob Reiner's house last night having dinner, and things really got out of hand. So I didn't care at all about the John Cena thing. It doesn't do anything for me, really. I would have been more likely probably to watch the Taylor Swift documentary than I would have been to watch the John Cena final match, if that tells you anything. And, neither one really moved the needle for me. But, hey, to each their own. Hope everybody else enjoyed it, and good morning to the freaks. How good is that? I got to say that Taylor Swift song, the Opalite, that's a pretty good pop song, isn't it? That's, credit where it's due for a pop song. I'm not saying it's, God's gift to music, but hey, yeah, it's a pretty good pop song.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I was just singing along in the car.
It's a good one.
Start my day.
It was a good one.
So, Bubba, you're sad?
I was, yeah.
Because John Cena's retired, or?
Yeah.
How did you feel about the way he went out, Bubba?
Kind of weird because Gunther's not exactly a young chicken, He's kind of up there in age. He's at that prime age, so it's not much or many years for him to, carry on. I think he's got maybe 5-10 more years left in him most.
I was trying to tell everybody, at the party, I was like, he's going to win, of course. Like, no, it's like in wrestling, you don't usually win your last match. In wrestling, you typically go out on your back and, then leave your boots and your gear in the ring and just kind of go on and pay it forward to the next people. But I was like, there was a chance I thought Cena maybe had the career that maybe he gets to win his last one, but nope, he went out.
The only thing that made this whole thing worse is the fact that Gunther ended up losing to Jey Uso, tapping out at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If he never happened, it would have been like, that's a respectable way to go for this guy that's just a total just.
Well, that's probably why they just let him get a win over Cena to maybe get him back on track. The disappointing part for me was that we never got them cutting promos. I would have liked to have seen Cena.
That's one of the strangest things of this whole, like the build-up I think could have been a whole lot better. So shame on Triple H for that. But it's
I don't know if it was Triple H or if it was above his pay grade. I don't know, because I saw a video where Cena was doing an interview and said that basically he wanted to do 200 dates. He said he wanted to do a full year and just be on the road for a full year doing nothing else. But that the bosses at WWE said, no, we just need you for 32 days, 36 days, whatever it was, 38. So they didn't get to tell a full year of stories and didn't get as many appearances with him as maybe you should have. But anyways, Cody, did you have a good weekend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, couldn't have been any better. I mean, it was good, I guess. We did some cooking yesterday. I made my mom's corn. Shoe peg corn. You ever had shoe peg corn?
Shoe peg corn?
Shoe peg.
No, I've never heard of that. What is that?
Well, it's just corn, but it's smaller. It's smaller pieces of corn. But you mix up some cream cheese and butter, and you melt that over the corn, and then you add, just some spices or whatever, and cut up jalapenos in there.
Okay.
You cook the jalapenos, put a little bit of the jalapeno juice, you bake that in the oven, and it turned out pretty good. Turned out okay. It wasn't as good as hers, but It's still decent. A friend of mine had a Christmas ham, and so he was looking for an excuse to cook the ham. So he had us come over, and we had a nice lunch.
Shout out to my boy Bradley. He had a nice ham at his Christmas party on Saturday night as well. No corn, but it's a pretty good ham.
Yeah. And then Miles did some mac and cheese. He did a fine job on that. So.
Miles is mac and cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, he went above and beyond, though.
Trademark it.
Like he was doing the cheese grater and everything. Like he was making a real homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, Kraft out of the box. Nothing against Kraft out of the box. I mean, I like that perfectly fine, but he went above and beyond. It was a good meal. So
jam-packed day of football yesterday. Lose a couple of our top players in the league, but it's now officially wide open as the Chiefs are gone. Somebody's going to grab the throne in the AFC. We'll see if the Eagles can repeat. Doesn't feel like they will, but maybe they could get it together. Otherwise, we're going to get a new champion. Like I said, it feels wide open. We'll dive into the day that was yesterday. Up after the break, let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
This is an important medical message from Men's Pro Knoxville. If you're a man over 30 or you love one, and you've noticed changes that come with aging, performance and intimacy challenges, those aren't random off days. They're often signs of biological change and ED showing up in your life. Now is the time to act. I'm Evan Bass, and I started Men's Pro Knoxville because I saw the difference great medical care makes. We've been working hard every year to level up so you can too. Listen, sign up for some subscription pill, and sure, something might go up, mostly your auto renewal fee. Men's Pro Knoxville gives you a plan, here locally, not guesswork from the internet. Our trusted urology-based medical providers focus solely on men's health, ED, performance, and now Peyronie's treatment to enhance your life. We get your labs in 30 minutes, then build a treatment plan tailored to you. We even offer new treatments that might keep you from using a pill every time. Imagine confidence returning and intimacy? Yeah, it's back. Join the community of successful men in Tennessee transforming their lives. Call 865-544-8220 or book now at menspronknoxville.com. That's menspronknoxville.com.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Timeless traditions start with the ones we love and what we bring home for the season. Bring Inward Half home this holiday. Comfort and performance, made for the journeys you take and the memories you make. For quiet moments or the days you'll remember forever. From performance polos to cozy hoodies, modern apparel for men, women, and kids, there's something for everyone. This holiday, make tradition comfortable. Make it memorable. Make it Inward Half.
Hey, Vols fans.
Patrick Mahomes, torn ACL, Chiefs eliminated. Micah Parsons, he's out as well. That was a rough go for the Packers yesterday, who went from up 23-14 to having, Christian Watson laying on the ground, writhing in pain after an interception, to have Bo Nix kind of unleash the Broncos just going up and down the field. Then Micah Parsons gets hurt, and now the Packers, really dealing without just another stud for them. The injury bugs hit them hard between Parsons and Watson and Tucker Kraft. Like they've just kind of fallen apart. They've lost some of their real blue chippers, and they feel like they are on life support as a team. It was a nice win for the Broncos, who, that was kind of a statement win. They were coming into that game winning 11 in a row and were still home underdogs, and they came out and they got a big win. Now they're 12-2 and in first place in the AFC. Undefeated at home, a place they might not have to leave in January.
The Rams had a couple of scares yesterday, too, with Devontae Adams and Puka. I mean, it seemed like every time you looked up, there was a big-name player going down. It was Injury Sunday in the NFL. Really reminds you sometimes what a brutal game it is.
Yeah, Devontae Adams, I'd be surprised if he doesn't miss time, especially a short week on Thursday. Puka took a bad hit. He was slow to get up. They brought him back in at the game and gave him the ball again on a reverse for some reason. Yeah. Maybe just to show that he's okay. I don't know. He didn't look okay. But they have a short week. One of my pet peeves, one of my times that I will have to say this, but I hate the Thursday night games whenever they are big divisional games. I don't think the big divisional games should be on short rests like that. They're too big of games, especially late in the season. So this Lions-Seahawks game is that multiplied a little bit, as both teams are 11-3, and the winner might be the 1 seed and the loser might be the 5 seed. There's too much on the line for that to be a Thursday night game, but that's what we're going to get, and we'll see if the Rams are going to be able to have their two playmakers out there.
The Rams and Seahawks Thursday night, huh?
Yeah.
And that's in Seattle?
In Seattle, correct.
Yeah, that is a big game for a Thursday night game.
Too big to make these guys come in on short rest, I think, but whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's you would want that to be a regular Sunday game, but I guess that's just the way the schedule works out.
That is the way the schedule's going to work out. We'll see. I need Puka. He's got me strapped to his back. He has put me on his back and said,
"Quite
let's
a weight
go."
to carry.
Yeah, he's got it. My beautiful Hawaiian Prince has got it. He just every catch, every ball. What a guy.
He's the new Polynesian Prince. Puka.
I don't know what I don't know if he's Polynesian or whatever. I guess he is, but he's just my Hawaiian Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
My king.
Yeah. He's he's a hell of a player. He really, really is. Where did he come from?
BYU.
I don't even remember him in college.
No, me neither. I don't remember him in college either, but he hit the ground running in the NFL. I mean, his first, handful of games was looking like a stud, and you wondered if it was, something that was sustainable. And then, of course, he has sustained it when he's on the field.
I'm off to the championship in my one fantasy league that I did well in of the 3.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's already let's not. I guess I shouldn't put the cart before the horse. It's not done yet. I'm like 82% to win, but
you're not off to the championship.
I guess I shouldn't have said that. Hopefully, I didn't jinx it.
Oh, I hope you did.
Well, he's got Achan left.
Achan might run for 150 and 2 tutties tonight. How big of a lead you got?
He might, but he's got
that Steelers run defense is pretty bad. That Steelers run defense gives up 180 yards a game over the last 3 weeks.
I don't know if you've seen, but Achan he's got like bruised ribs.
Yeah,
his ribs are hurt. He was kind of questionable anyway. Now he is playing. He is cleared, but I got to think maybe he's a little banged up. Maybe
he said he was wanting to go back into the game last week though, so I'm not subscribing to the questionable. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
how many points you up? Oh boy, this is going to be funny.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
The audience has got something to root for tonight.
Why would they root against me? Let's see.
Because I feel like he's got 100 yards and 2 touchdown performance. Boiling. It's bubbling. Hopefully you're up by more than
I'm projected 82%. I'm up 114-55.
Oh.
But he's also got DK Metcalf and Boswell, the kicker.
Oh, okay. Then you're good. DK is going to score like 18 at most. Boswell's
and that would be a great night for him.
Yeah, and like Boswell's going to score like 12 or 13 at most. So that'll put him at 30 points. That puts him at 80. So you'd have to just dodge 40-something points from H-N. You're good.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Even if H-N had 30, I think I'd still be.
Yeah.
I'd still be good.
I was hoping you just needed like H-N to dodge like 30 points because I think that would be a sweat.
The good news is second place, though, gets a payout in that league.
All right.
So that's I'd be guaranteed to be ahead if I can get there.
Yeah. I had a huge day in my biggest league. My championship is set. Me versus my good buddy AJ.
Well, there you go.
Everything on the line.
A big pot of gold at the end of that rainbow.
Yeah. Should be fun. Should be a good one. Sam, what were your Sunday NFL takeaways?
My Sunday NFL takeaway is that, do you remember that graphic that we had a few years back? I think it was the year of the when it was Eagles Patriots in the Super Bowl. It was like Case Keenum and Blake Bortles and Tom Brady and Nick Foles. That was like the graphic of the quarterbacks that made championship weekend. That's what I feel like we're getting towards.
Yeah,
and I'm here for it. I'm ready for some new blood.
Yeah, we'll see.
I like going into the playoffs just not knowing who's going to go win.
I do hope we have better quarterback standing than Blake Bortles and Case Keenum and even Nick Foles. I mean, I know Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, but I'm just saying they're standing in the league. Like, hopefully, we're not going to have a Tom Brady type. Maybe Josh Allen, but I imagine Stafford will be there. Maybe a Bo Nix. Ugh. Maybe a Phillip Rivers. What a performance by Phillip Rivers yesterday.
That's timeless.
I found myself just like I was rooting so hard for the Colts. They left too much time. These new kickoff rules, man. Like, it's hard not to get a field goal with these new kickoff rules, it feels like. That was a fun game to watch, though.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that, too. A lot of NFL football yesterday. That's all we did was watch.
The line on that game was crazy. As the Colts made it closer and closer throughout the game, I was just kicking myself. Like, why didn't you at least just sprinkle a few dollars on having fun with the Colts plus 8-10 money line?
Yeah. Was that how big it was?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the spread was like plus 13.5. I didn't realize the money line had gotten that big. That's crazy. Although I got to say, like, Seattle in that position have blown teams out at home. They've been pretty good. But the Colts had a pretty conservative game plan. And it did seem like the defense was playing hard for Phillip. Like, everyone was rejuvenated out there. Everybody was playing hard. They were doing just enough on offense to keep them, keeping arm's distance. And then, the defense would stop Darnold and Njigba and all them when they'd get, close to scoring a touchdown. They'd hold them out of the end zone up until the end. Actually, they didn't. They never gave a touchdown. They just gave up field goals. Say that again, Sam?
We got to play him next week, too.
We got to play. What do you mean?
Phillip Rivers. We got to play him next week.
We got bet on him?
Just play him again.
Oh, yeah.
Because Riley Leonard might be healthy, I'm assuming.
Sorry. Whenever you're saying we, I didn't know if you meant the Titans. I didn't know if you meant me and you.
No, just
what I thought.
Yes.
The NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that Phillip did enough to just keep the job the rest of the year. I mean, I didn't come out of retirement, reset my clock and everything for one game would be kind of weird. Although it did kind of seem like that was what he was. That was the vibe he was giving in the post-game presser. It was just basically like the message to my boys back home, like the kids.
Just keep fighting.
Keep fighting, yeah. Like maybe shoot, coach wasn't scared.
Is that how Phillip Rivers sounds?
Kind of. He's from Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, I mean he's got a pretty thick accent.
Mobile, Alabama.
Is it Mobile? He's from Alabama. I don't know if it's Mobile or Birmingham, but he's
Mobile. That's where the battleship's at down there.
He's down in Alabama.
Down there in Alabama, down at Redstone Arsenal. I enjoyed watching the Chiefs fans get excited after
Decatur, Alabama.
Decatur, yeah, that's down in there. That's deep south.
Yeah, he's got a real thick accent.
I enjoyed after Mahomes got hurt, the Chiefs fans got rejuvenated Gardner Minshew made a couple of plays, and they said, all right, yeah, we're still going to tie this thing up. We can still make the playoffs. And then Gardner Minshew said, nope, not today. I'm going to throw a pick.
Gardner Minshew was like, hey, I'm going to throw every time to Travis Kelce. It is what he was thinking.
And it just ruined the Chiefs' whole kingdom.
Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL is unfortunate, for the league and unfortunate for him. But it is kind of a shield to block everyone from how bad he played yesterday. I thought, with the season on the line, their defense holds the Chargers to 16 points. And the Chiefs get shut out in the second half, and no one's really talking about it because, hey, it feels bad to kind of throw dirt on them after Mahomes tears his ACL. But that interception he threw on his last drive prior to getting hurt, that ended up getting intercepted at the 1 yard line when they're down by 3, was pretty abysmal. In a situation where they were in field goal range to tie the game, he threw a pretty terrible pick there.
I had that same thought about Mahomes' torn ACL being kind of a shield, and I was thinking about when people are arguing like 10 years from now and the details get lost and they forget about the details that the Chiefs were already going to miss the playoffs, and they're arguing for Mahomes as being one of the GOATs. They're like, yeah, but he missed the playoffs at one time, but Mahomes tore his ACL, so it doesn't count,
Well, that happens. I think we have a good portion of our Tennessee fans do that with that South Carolina loss with Hendon Hooker, too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, Hendon got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over before that, but sure. It's it'll be different not seeing the Chiefs, but I'm kind of with it. I like Sam said, some new blood.
Question will be for me, Mahomes' recovery and in terms of being ready for the beginning of next year. He better hope that he changes his diet, which maybe this will lead to him kind of taking his body, his health seriously. Because, I mean, that's the thing of, obviously that separated Brady from everybody was just the longevity and how many, Mahomes is in year, 7, I think, heading into year 8. Brady tore his ACL in that same situation, first game of year 8, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But then he played another 15 years. Like, we'll see if Mahomes ages.
That'll be hard to match.
He's not going to age like Brady, of course, but I just mean if he's able to age and play another good 7-8 years, because this year was not good. Last year was not good.
No, I think he's closer to Russell Wilson than he is Brady.
Yeah. I mean, that does happen sometimes with these studs is they do burn out and like don't age well. So we'll see with Mahomes. It wasn't great this year. It wasn't good last year. Can't help but say that's the biggest story of the weekend, just whenever you have, the guy's been the face of the league the last 6 or 7 years, just going down in a heap. I do give him credit for being out there fighting through an injury. I don't know if his leg, they kept talking about his left knee was bothering him. He was out there limping around. I don't know if that is related to the ACL tearing, but he was out there laying it on the line for him. What else do we have? Lamar Jackson and the Ravens with the big win as they shut out Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals, it was a real struggle.
Speaking of Russell Wilson.
Struggle for them.
Speaking of Russell Wilson's.
Yeah.
0 points.
Yeah.
That video, too, of Burrow just getting, clocked on the sideline and then nobody going to go help him up on his offensive line.
Yeah, it seems like they don't like Burrow. Seems like they've given up on him. He quit on the season when going out with this foot injury. The offensive lineman probably don't love that. Sitting there talking about not having fun, being a diva, the offensive line probably doesn't love that.
A classic game with the Bills and Patriots.
That was fun, man.
That was a great football game.
I got to be honest, when it was 21-0 Patriots, it's like, oh my God, Mike Vrabel's going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. And then by the end of the game, I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, they got out to they jumped on them.
28-7 in the second half for the Buffalo Bills. That was a gut check performance from Josh Allen, and that was a bad performance by the Patriots in the second half. I mean, they just never got moving. It was frustrating to watch, as I was talking about, I needed Drake May to put up some fantasy points, but watching them not do anything in the second half was frustrating, but I couldn't help but be mesmerized by the Bills, flying around, making plays on defense. And then you had Josh Allen just strapping them up, him and James Cook. That's another one of those guys you talked about, Sam, who just said, hey, I'm going to go out there and get multiple touchdowns. James Cook was awesome, and the Bills had to have that win if they wanted to stay alive in the division race. The Bills, if you're them, you can't help but feel like, hey, this is our year. We got to get this done. Now that you see Patrick Mahomes going down in a heap, like it's time for the Bills, and they have to be feeling really, really good on this Monday, knowing they came back and beat that Patriots team.
Yeah, and then you look around the rest of the AFC, and the Texans and Jags, both with absolute beatdowns against bad teams.
Trevor Lawrence has played some really good football the last couple weeks. That was maybe his best game. Now, that Jets defense is terrible, don't get me wrong, but Trevor Lawrence looks really good, and if you're a Jaguars fan, you probably feel pretty good about hiring Liam Cohen because that offense is humming. You're supposed to beat up on bad teams the way they did, so it was kind of wild, though. You know, one of my four boxes on the YouTube TV was on Red Zone, so I was keeping up with that Jaguars game a bit. And at some point, they had the New England check-in, like in Baltimore. Maybe there's also like in Chicago, and it's really, really cold. And then they checked in Jacksonville, and like there were people in the pool out there.
Yeah.
Fans were watching the game in the pool, and it was like 70-something degrees. You're like, oh, wow, this is two different worlds right now.
Oh, yeah, they don't have to deal with the winter down there. Did you see the Bears Browns game? There was a video of somebody's soda freezing in midair. Like
in midair as they were like getting a drink of it.
I don't know, into like a slush.
They opened up like an RC Cola, which who drinks RC Cola anymore? But
so they sell at the Bear Stadium?
I guess so.
Is it from Chicago?
I don't know.
Like, are they just trying to like stay? Is that they got some type of
maybe it's just an option, or maybe they just brought it in there. Who knows? But the guy poured his RC Cola into a plastic cup, and it was immediately just slush.
Columbus, Georgia is where the RC Cola originated. So no tie to Chicago there, I wouldn't think. But
yeah,
that was a nice win, for the Bears too. They just dominated. Bad Shador day.
Yeah, he made when I was watching, he made a couple of just awful throws.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just terrible.
Picked up the Bears defense. That was beautiful.
Oh, good. Good. I had the Eagles defense. They had a nice day too.
I had every good button except my tight end. I got to figure out the tight end position.
Yeah.
Put up a 0 for 2 weeks in my tight end position. Last week, Dalton Schultz had 0. Yesterday, Isaiah Likely had 0. Was able to overcome, though. Still scored 280 points the last 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
The championship level performance. Let's go. I'm so fired up over it. Yeah. What else? The Bills, I mean, they're probably the biggest winner of the weekend, right?
Yeah. I mean, just when you consider what happened to the Chiefs, but it seemed like it was maybe trending that way anyway. And I for one, I'll be rooting for the Bills. I'd really like to see Josh Allen get there and see if the Bills can get one. I mean, to me, it's a fan base. It's such a good fan base. Like, I kind of root for them.
I know this is totally off topic, but I know I said it earlier. I just added it up. There were 12 guys yesterday that had 2+ touchdowns.
12 guys?
Imagine being able to see into the future, and it's just like, hey, I'm going to parlay 12 guys to score 2+ touchdowns, and become financially free.
My boy James Cook was one of them.
Yeah,
become financially free. I like that. Yeah,
would have been cool.
You could have done that if only you could see the future.
They made a movie about that.
Click.
No, well, I guess in Click. But does he use that for gambling purposes? I don't think he uses it for gambling purposes.
I don't think so.
Is it Back to the Future 1 or 2? I think it's Back to the Future. Is it Back to the Future 2 or 1? I don't know. But the one guy has the almanac that has the sports thing in it. He knows everything that's happening.
It would be a good feeling. I think maybe the most, I don't know if I'd call them underrated team in the NFL right now, but just kind of quietly, the San Francisco 49ers also have 10 wins.
Yeah, I'm not buying them, though.
But they're in that division with the Rams and Seahawks, which makes it very tough.
They'll be a fun. Will they be the 7 seed? I mean, they'll be a fun playoff team, to go on the road, and like they got some, not necessarily championship pedigree because they ain't won one, but they've been to a couple. Shanahan's a good coach, all those things, but I just don't buy that team. They have been winning, but we talked all year about how easy that schedule was.
Yeah, but depending on where they get matched up, I mean, I would pick that team against a lot of the teams in the NFC that are not in their division.
They'd be matched up right now with the Philadelphia Eagles, first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
You think they'd go to Philadelphia and win?
I think it's very possible. I mean, I can't say with confidence that they would, but I'm just saying to have 10 wins and be third place in the division, like I think they've played a pretty tough schedule, obviously.
Now, if you're able to get that 5 seed and go to Tampa, sure, all bets are off. I'd be surprised if they were able to go into Philadelphia. Although we'll see. I mean, the NFC North is a jumbled up mess as well. The Bears, they keep winning. They're 10-4.
Panthers had a real choke job yesterday after watching Tampa lose the other night, and
the Saints ain't half bad.
They're not as bad as we thought they'd be.
No, we had that game circled. The Saints Titans game is like the all-time tank job game, but I think the Saints have won 3 games kind of since then. I know they won at least 2 back to back. They're playing pretty well. This Tyler Shutt guy, he makes enough plays.
And they got an Irish kicker. The Panthers guy really cost him at the end of the game. Did you see the guy with the hit on the quarterback?
I did see it. I didn't have a dog in the fight, but I was like, man, that's tough to get flagged for hitting a quarterback who's sliding down with 3 seconds left.
That's like
that's 10 seconds left.
That's always a flag, though.
Yeah, no, it is.
When you go low on a guy who's sliding, I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah. He probably thought, no way, when this guy's scrambling up, that he was getting ready to slide right in front of him, but it was a boneheaded play, and I don't know if the Saints would have had enough time to get up and spike it without it. They had about 10 seconds to get up. They probably would have gotten it done. And then, of course, the extra 15 yards just made it a much easier field goal. That was a real bad play for the Panthers, who had a chance to kind of take control of that division, but they didn't. But, the NFC North, I mean, the Bears, 10-4. The Packers, 9-4-1. My Lions went toe-to-toe with the Rams for about 3 quarters before the Rams overtook them. But they're on the outside looking in right now. Bad loss for the Cowboys last night. I feel bad for Cowboys fans because they kind of got sucked into it. They got sucked into the believing, and then they got 87 by 9. That's tough. We'll dive into that after the break. A little Sunday night football action. Cowboys, Vikings. Look around the rest of the NFL some more. It's TalkSports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, drink the lights, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Over in the chat, shout out to the freaks. Buck says, serious NFL question. John, you have built Dallas up all year. Is that true? Have I built up Dallas all year? I mean, Kansas City, yes. You could, if you said I built up Kansas City all year, okay. Dallas, is that fair to say?
I don't really think of you as a Dallas lover.
I don't feel like I've built Dallas up at all. Sam, have I built up Dallas?
I don't know, but you were down 9.
I'll
doubt 9, baby.
I will wear that one. I did not believe in J.J. McCarthy, but I don't think I've built up Dallas at all. I said they're exciting to watch, which last night was exciting to watch.
Anytime Dallas is in contention, they're going to be intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, the offense is good and the defense sucks. So, I do like watching Dallas this year because you're going to get points.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah, you're going to get points on both sides, but I don't think I've built up Dallas at all. I don't think that's fair.
I feel like we've been pretty consistent with them just being an entertainment product for the year. They're not a playoff team, but
and that's what Jerry wants.
You don't turn them on and you're like, oh God, I got to watch a Cowboys game.
The Cowboys lost last night to keep Jerry Jones humble because he was smiling a little too much pregame. I wonder if he had gotten the Micah Parsons ACL news and was doing a little bit of a victory lap.
Oh, you know it.
I can only imagine what he was saying to people whenever he got the news of Micah Parsons getting hurt.
That's what he gets.
So they had to lose last night to be humbled. Tough for the Cowboys. Really tough 2-game stretch for George Pickens. I think if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be like, you know what? Let's just not pay this guy because he left us when we needed him most.
You getting out of the Pickens business?
It looked like he quit against Detroit 2 games ago. And, Chris Collinsworth was watching and putting his highlights up and said, looks a lot like it did last week, if we're being honest, which isn't good because he was terrible against Detroit to the point where, again, it looked like he had quit. And he was bad again last night. I would just worry about giving that guy a bunch of money, especially on a team like Dallas where, you got CeeDee Lamb. He's a stud. He's back to looking like a bona fide number 1 top 5 wide receiver. I think I'd rather just spend my money elsewhere if I was Dallas, especially if Pickens is going to disappear when we need him most.
I bet First Take's going to be busy today. It's going to be a heavy Dallas show. Where do the Cowboys turn now that they're likely out of playoff contention?
How does Patrick Mahomes' injury impact the Cowboys?
Yeah. The Cowboys
throw in LeBron and Dylan Brooks last night. Did you guys see that at all?
No.
I don't think LeBron's ever hated another player as much as he hates Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks,
Memphis.
Well, yeah, he used to be at Memphis. He's in Phoenix now.
Oh,
I think he was in Houston, but he's had beef with him at every stop. And last night was a bad one. Like I've never seen LeBron. I think if he didn't have like 22 years of being a good citizen under his belt, like I think he might have gotten ejected last night because he was grabbing the refs and kind of moving the refs out of the way. The refs kind of touched him and he kind of shoved the refs like, "Don't put your hands on me." And he was like incensed. It was crazy. And then at the end of the game, Dylan Brooks hits a three that puts him up by 1, but then gets a technical, which then leads to him getting ejected. LeBron gets a technical free throw. He misses it, so they're still down 1. Luka tries to shoot, pump fakes, gets caught in the air, throws it to LeBron. Then LeBron. So the first Cowboys and Patrick Mahomes. It should be a good one.
Yeah,
I don't know what the Yankees turned on here at 10. We need to get turned on at 10 here in the studio.
Don't know what the Yankees are doing. Maybe they talk about them too. Hit the big 3. They don't talk about the Yankees as much, though.
Bubba, we haven't gotten your Sunday takeaways yet.
I mean, Papal Phil should not be out there.
Should not be out there?
Nah.
There was the one play where he dropped back, fell down.
Yeah, he fell.
Bailey was able to get up, and then kind of like rolled to the front of the line and fell to the line of scrimmage and fell down again. That one made me feel bad. But
like watching him throw the ball for under 15 yards the whole game is just like it's tough a little bit.
You mean just 15 yards down the field?
Yeah, because the only deep passes were either picked off at the end or just incompletes.
He had a couple decent ones on the sideline that were probably like right at 15 yards, and it took everything he had to get it out there
to muster that ball up there.
Panthers
choke.
Yep.
Still got 2 games left between the Panthers and Bucks.
Yeah.
So they
Jags
they can decide.
look like a real contender with Trevor Lawrence going crazy, even though it was against the Jets. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
A real contender to win the AFC?
Possibly, yeah. I'm putting him up in high regard.
I think the worst case scenario in the AFC for me is Houston or Jacksonville. Like, I just
one of those is going to happen.
What Jacksonville do to you?
I'm just not a Trevor Lawrence guy.
What Houston do to you?
I don't want I just mean coming out like in terms of who gets to the Super Bowl.
I like watching that Houston defense, man. That Houston defense is good.
It is good, but I don't want that.
If CJ Stroud and Nico Collins can just like get hot and carry that offense enough, that defense is championship level good.
I just don't want that in my Super Bowl is what I mean. I just don't want the Houston Texans to be – I would take Denver, but really I'm rooting for Buffalo. I'm very intrigued by the AFC now that Mahomes and the Chiefs are out of it.
The damn Broncos. 12-2.
I would just be
big test
bored.
next week. Broncos and Jags.
That's who plays next week?
Yep.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a huge one. Jacksonville, at this point, should be a playoff team. You know, the Colts are really the only threat there in terms of the wild card spot.
We now have like a 19% chance if we're lucky.
And then, yeah, you got, either Riley Leonard or Phillip Rivers. So, like, I don't anticipate the Colts are able to win 3 games in a row against, 3 teams that are in the playoffs right now with the 49ers, Jaguars, and at Texans. I don't imagine the Colts are going to be able to make up that ground. So it does feel like the 7 teams in the AFC are set. Maybe you have to say 7 of 8 because like either the Ravens or the Steelers win that division, they get in. But otherwise, like the playoff team should be known. That was a huge win for the Chargers yesterday. Locking up a playoff spot almost assuredly. That was huge. But yeah, no, Cody, you keep talking about it, but it is wide open. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, any of those teams, like, it wouldn't really surprise you if they get there, right? Like, they're all pretty nobody's just standing out as being, like, the clear-cut favorite.
It is the young generation of quarterbacks. Bo Nix, Drake May. I'll even throw Trevor Lawrence in there, even though he feels a little bit older than them. Justin Herbert and C.J. Stroud. Those guys are all young, and that they're going to make up 5 spots in the playoffs. Then you're going to have, old man Aaron Rodgers, maybe, or then just Lamar and Josh Allen, kind of the two that have been waiting their turn. Somebody's going to get crowned. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, Steelers, Ravens. I don't know who's better coming out of that. I mean, you'd rather see Lamar, I think, but
Ravens defense is playing better.
It was a big game tonight, though, for the Steelers. I mean, if they win, you're up a game there. So
if the Steelers win, they'll be up a game, which means that they could lose the next two and still have a winner-take-all game at home against Baltimore for that division.
Week 18.
Yeah. So like they desperately need to beat the Dolphins tonight at home. The Dolphins clinging to their playoff life. But yeah, if the Steelers are able to win tonight, they could lose the next two against the Lions in Detroit and against Cleveland, in Cleveland, and it wouldn't matter. They could pretty much rest their starters and go all out for that Ravens game. If they're able to win that at home, they win the division.
That'd be a fun Week 18 game if it comes down to that.
Yeah, that'll be your Sunday night game for sure, I would imagine.
The old classic rivalry there.
That plus a win in your end division situation that usually gets the Sunday night football treatment. But I was enthralled. I'll just sit there and watch football from 1 o'clock to the end. Was entertained. That was a good NFL Sunday.
That's all I did too. Except I kind of checked out of the Vikings and Cowboys there for a bit, but had to watch Landman.
How was that?
It's good. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Demi Moore looking good?
Yeah, she had another big moment last night. She kind of gave it to Billy Bob. Kind of had a moment there as a bit of a power struggle.
Okay.
Don't want to go into too many details.
Sure, no spoilers.
Wouldn't want to spoil it. Yeah.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Don't be quick to judge, okay? But when I say this out loud, it's going to sound rough at first. But was there any part of you that was hoping Bevo would stick it with the horn?
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Sticking with the horn.
Yeah. Stab with the horn.
He's a dog.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
You wanted to see Uga get stabbed on live television?
Whoa. I never said I wanted to see it. I asked you if any part of you did.
No. Zero part of me did.
Zero?
This is the sickest.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Any part of you, thumbs up from Ben Lee. Parker? Quick thumbs up from Parker.
You people are sick and disgusting.
On 1340 WKGN.
There wasn't a little part of you that wanted to see, just get stuck a little bit.
Stabbed by a horn. No part of me wanted to see that.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's hit some headlines. Cody McClure, what you got, newsman?
Thank you, John.
Hey, man, you're welcome.
Well, we begin with a Hollywood murder. Rob Reiner, the legendary director and actor, and I don't know if I'll say beloved because he was pretty political, so maybe not beloved, but I really liked him. I thought I enjoyed his stuff. A Few Good Men, When Harry Met Sally. I mean, big time film guy.
The Princess Bride, a classic that
Andre the Giant
that people point to. Misery was the movie that jarred me as a child. I remember that one. There was a couple of moments whenever you realize, wait, there's a reason that kids aren't supposed to see some of this stuff, in these rated R movies. I remember It. The made-for-TV It got me when I was a kid, and Misery, watching that one. You ever seen that one? You ever seen Misery, Kathy Bates?
I haven't seen Misery.
That one was jarring to me, the scene towards the end. Big part of my childhood. Very jarring. I was scared of Kathy Bates for a long time. It was so weird for me, being 7, 8 years old, going from seeing her there into the Titanic, where she's the nicest character on the Titanic. I could not understand how that was happening.
Rob Reiner and his wife apparently slayed in their own home in Brentwood with a knife, and there's the police are keeping it pretty tight to the vest right now, but there's a lot of reports coming out that the 911 call came from inside the house, that his daughter Romy found them, and that the son is being questioned as being, possibly the murderer. They have a son, Nick, who's had a lot of mental health issues, I guess, in the past, and nothing confirmed on that yet. But TMZ says we're told one of Rob's daughters found her parents dead and told police a family member had killed them. People magazine reported the couple's son, Nick, is being questioned in connection with the murders. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, reading the story, it was just kind of wild when it's just all casually, Billy Crystal and Larry David came by the scene because they're neighbors. They just casually came by and checked it out. And
really?
Talked about how Billy Crystal walked out was in tears because of the scene and everything. It was just kind of crazy. And they said, across the street, apparently the daughter lives across the street with her kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess she probably came into it. So I don't know if the son lives there or the son stopped by or what. Again, the son part's not confirmed, but it's out there enough where people are talking about it that it does feel like there's something to it.
TMZ, I guess somebody said that Reiner and his wife, Michelle, had their throats slit after a heated argument, reportedly, in the home. So that's pretty crazy. There was a lot of kind of tragic stuff this weekend with everything going on. The Hollywood murder almost kind of slipped through the cracks, but it's a big story. I mean, in my book, it's the story of the weekend. I liked Rob Reiner. I don't know why, but I guess his videos used to come up on my timeline, and I would watch like a lot of family stuff, like with him and his daughter. Like she would cut his hair. They seem to have just a good relationship. So I don't know. It kind of made me sad to see that had happened. I didn't know a lot about Rob Reiner, but I liked those videos, and I liked him in the Wolf of Wall Street. He played the dad, Jordan Belfort's dad.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty wild stuff there. I'm sure we'll see more details coming out on that as the week goes along. Micah Parsons for the Packers believed to have torn his ACL along with Mahomes. So both ACL tears there. Parsons had, let's see, his was non-contact. Yeah, both ACLs. And then Christian Watson for the Packers had a chest injury. He also had to leave the game, taken to the hospital for further evaluation.
That's when that game flips. The Packers were up, I believe, 9 and throwing deep. They had Christian Watson, had a step on Surtain, but Patrick Surtain came through and made an awesome interception. And in the process, took Watson to the ground and hurt him. You say it was his chest.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it might have been his collarbone when I was watching live, but he went down. Broncos got a big interception, and from that moment on, the game completely changed. That Broncos defense is good. If Bo Nix can play anywhere near the level he played yesterday, the Broncos are a real threat in the AFC. I haven't really thought of them like that all year, but that was mostly because Bo Nix had been so bad. He was pretty good yesterday, 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Phillip Rivers said he had a blast playing football yesterday.
Yeah, see, that makes me think that it's just a one-time thing.
Said he was grateful to be out there.
Everything he was saying was basically, it's like a sports movie. I was just coming out there for one return, one big moment. The movie ends after that game. It's not like I get to play 5 or 6 of them. It's just one and done. The comeback.
You think that'll be it?
I don't know. I mean, the way he talked about it was, but maybe he knows that, like, hey, my body might not feel right after getting hit. Again, I might be too sore. A younger guy. And Riley Leonard didn't look terrible in his time, right, Bubba, when he came in after Daniel Jones got hurt? I mean, Leonard didn't look great by any means, but he looked okay, right?
He looked like a guy that had never really played an NFL game before.
Okay.
But
I thought he was moving around and running around pretty good, but maybe not. Maybe I was just seeing the highlights of what Riley Leonard was doing.
What happened to Taylor Heineke? He was fun for a few weeks with the Commanders as a backup.
He was a starter for a while, for a little bit.
Yeah. Almost won a playoff game. Almost beat Tom Brady.
Yeah. Yeah, he was out there running around trying to win that game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I don't think it went well for him in Atlanta. I think that was the end for him, wasn't it?
It's just got to be someone out there better than Riley Leonard.
Well, there is, but
the sad is Phillip Rivers.
I think the problem is, like, you got to learn the offense in time. And, like, you can't really learn a whole offense in a week. That's why Phillip Rivers, who knew the offense, was the go-to emergency guy. I think that's the issue.
Well, the Cowboys down to just a 1% chance to make the playoffs.
Oh, they're dead. They're cooked.
The only path to the postseason for the Cowboys is to win the NFC East.
Oh, really? They're eliminated now?
Yeah.
Okay.
To do that, they would have to win their final 3 games while the Eagles lose their final 3 games.
And the Eagles get to play the Commanders twice.
Yeah.
So that ain't happening.
Jerry Jones said, I don't know how to describe a miracle. I know that it would take very tight circumstances to get us in, and we expected that. We thought we'd have to win out to have a little room. Now, of course, he says, I do know how to count. So
that's good.
He's I think he's accepted the fact that it's probably not happening. So that's tough for the Cowboys. And then, Devontae Adams hurt his hamstring. He did not return. He's got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, and
Rams.
like we said, it's a short turnaround.
Sean McVay said he's optimistic about the injury. We'll see what it means. I can't imagine he's good for Thursday with just a short amount of time, but I certainly wouldn't rule him out quite yet. So it probably not good for Thursday is what McVay is thinking for Devontae Adams.
I just hope Puka plays. I need my boy Puka out there. Puka versus Jackson Smith and Jigba. That'll be fun. It's a huge game. I hate that it's on 3 days rest. It's not enough time. End it, NFL. Do better. I'm fine with if you want to do that in the middle of the season with some of these teams, sure. But I kind of think the Thursday night towards the end of the season should either go away or just be the teams that you got to fill in are going to be really bad. Like Titans Saints. I think we could have known, before the season that game's probably not going to mean much in December. Those are the teams I want to see playing on Thursday. That type of game. Bengals, Dolphins, Jets, Saints. That's fun. Put the Jets and Saints on Thursday. Nobody's going to cry in New Orleans if you're like, hey, actually, we're making you guys play this on Thursday now. They'll be like, all right.
Be nice to have that option, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Our Sundays are now free. That'll be nice.
So
we'll still go out on Thursday night. That'll be fun.
So the prime stuff, they just have that locked in.
Yeah, you can't.
Advance.
You can't flex because the teams have to prepare
and contract.
And the fans have to know and all that. Although, I think for the betterment of the sport, hey, you guys want your slop? You want to be able to watch and gamble? That's fine. Enjoy gambling and watching the Jets and Saints. Enjoy.
Christmas Day football is terrible now too.
Yeah, it was a big loss for Amazon and Netflix. They took some big L's.
Cowboys, Commanders. The Commanders suck. Lions, Vikings. You got to watch J.J. McCarthy, and then
that
Mahomes
plus the Lions.
hurt.
Hell, the Lions might not be in the playoff mix. There's a chance the Lions are really in trouble if they lose this upcoming week. And then Broncos, Chiefs. That's not going to be as fun at 6-9 with. I guess they should beat the Chiefs or the Titans this week. So 7-8 with Gardner Minshew out there doesn't really hit the same as a desperate Patrick Mahomes trying to make the playoffs.
Well, that's all the NFL notes I've got for you.
Okay.
Shifting to college football, Lenora Sellers of South Carolina, it was reported over the weekend that he was nearing a deal to return.
Yeah, let's talk about that more coming up after the break.
All right.
You got anything else?
No, just college football stuff so we can shift gears.
Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, he won the Heisman.
Diego Pavia. Man, that guy's so unlikable.
Yeah, he sucks.
It's one thing to say it as a Tennessee fan because, of course, we're not going to like him. And then, of course, you're not going to like him after, he beat you down in your finale. But it does seem like everyone in college football is over him. It really feels like it's just Vanderbilt guys and guys that still think Johnny Manziel's cool. Those are the only people that like Diego Pavia.
He's like Eddie Guerrero as a heel. When
No.
Eddie was charming as a heel.
When Eddie and Chavo, when they were heels.
When Eddie was lying, cheating, and stealing, people liked that. He got over as a babyface because he was so good as a heel. No. Pavia's not that.
He just kind of reminded me of that for some reason.
Because he's Hispanic?
I'm not sure. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't know why he reminded me of. It's just what I thought of.
Okay.
I wouldn't think it's because he's Hispanic, though.
We'll talk some college football coming up next. Stick with us.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area, from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
We get to college football. I got a little bit of breaking local news. Let's get Vols 1085 in here to break it down. But Maryville High School's head coach Derek Hunt stepping down after 9 seasons. Bubba, you're on the Friday night scoreboard prep show. What do you make of this?
They're a well-oiled machine. They'll be just fine.
My take as a high school football novice, someone who doesn't really know anything about the local scene outside of the very bare minimum, thinks, man, that's kind of crazy that he didn't do this before George Quarles took that other job. George Quarles could have just went back to Maryville and everybody would have been happy.
Timing-wise, looking at it, George Quarles going to Webb instead.
Yeah, you think George Quarles is like, hey, that ink on that contract dry yet, or can I just go back home to Maryville? Makes you wonder. But yes, some breaking news locally as he has stepped down. Maryville, Bubba, did they win state? Did they lose states? Nope. They lost, right?
Yep.
What round? Sorry to put you on the spot, but you're my high school expert. I figured you might know. I remember them losing. I couldn't remember what round.
Quarterfinals, maybe.
Okay, so that's pretty early for them. Either way, championship or bust. Cody, you had the college football updates in your headlines that Lenora Sellers announces essentially that he is working on a deal to probably get a big raise and stay at South Carolina.
Yep, that's what they say.
That really surprised me.
He's coming back to the Cox.
Sam, what was your takeaway when you saw Lenore Sellers staying with the Gamecocks?
Yeah, it was a shock to me. Kind of figured that he was going to be a guy that South Carolina had run its course, and he wasn't going to, put all his chips into the table with Shane Beamer and kind of hoping that Kendall Briles could revive things. Because based on what I saw, every TCU fan was jumping for joy that Kendall Briles is no longer their OC. So I don't know, man. This seems like it's a move that he's loyal to a fault to Shane Beamer over there.
Yeah, my initial take was, wow. Who in Lenore Sellers' life does not love him enough to tell him, like, hey, we got to do something different, man. Something's got to change.
Sounds like Beamer's got him under a spell.
Maybe he just doesn't like to move. Because there was a clip that came out like in April about like him, getting offers in the transfer portal like last year. He's like, yeah, I feel really comfortable at South Carolina. I didn't really want to start over somewhere else. So like maybe he just kind of thinks the same thing. But like, brother, you went from a guy that was thought of as a potential, top 10 pick, maybe number 1 overall, to really an afterthought this season. You weren't relevant. You were starting to fall down draft boards for sure. There would have been no shame in going somewhere else and trying to get coached up. I think people would have judged you if you did it last year, but I think we saw enough proof this year that they did not have your best interest in heart. You know what I mean? Like they're not looking out for Lenore Sellers if South Carolina fans didn't understand him looking and saying, hey, I'm going to go somewhere else.
I guess Beamer sold him on maybe getting some other pieces in there to help. Like, hey, man, we'll get you an O-line and some receivers in the transfer portal. I don't know. You would think any other school that wanted him would have been able to match whatever South Carolina is going to pay him. Like there would have to have been some heavy hitters out there that would have signed up for him.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, he would have been able to, I imagine, make just as much money, if not more. On one hand, though, like you do have to give him some acknowledgement to at least staying loyal. You know what I mean? Like it's funny that we're sitting here looking and saying, man, this is a dumb career move. But at the same time, that is what we should want our college athletes to do, right? To see things out and not enter the transfer portal.
Well, maybe that's what it comes down to.
Maybe.
It's just loyalty for him.
I just looked it up. His hometown is like an hour and change away from Columbia.
Mm-hmm. He just wants to be a Gamecock, maybe. I wouldn't want to do it, but it's his prerogative, not mine. So
I do respect it in a sense of like, yeah, you're from there. You don't want to move. It's a hassle. You don't want to start over somewhere new. I get it. But at the same time, man, like I think the stakes are too high. You know what I mean? Like the stakes are too high in terms of you playing your way back into being a first-round pick, but also like, yeah, maybe the number 1 overall pick. I don't know if I trust him to stay at South Carolina and be molded and be able to fix and like get. I mean, I guess South Carolina could flip the roster in the transfer portal, I guess, but man, like their offensive line is one of the worst offensive lines I've seen in the SEC in a long time.
It doesn't seem like they're going to just be able to piece it together either for a year and like have a good one this year.
You wouldn't think so. I mean,
unless that's all they go in on, like.
But I would imagine Lenore Sellers is getting a pretty big payday to stay. You know what I mean? It's like some of the resources. It's a catch-22. Hey, we got to get you a better offensive line, but we can't get you an offensive line because we gave you all of our money. Like that's a pretty tough place to be in.
Yeah, unless they just don't have a defense. Just go the Bengals route,
Yeah, I mean, that could be the case. Like, hey, Lenore Sellers, do you want to win? Clearly not if you're staying at South Carolina. How about we just make sure that we give you every tool to become a first-round pick?
To get to the NFL.
Yeah, like we're not going to win.
Yeah.
We're going to spend $0 on the defense.
Go all in on offense.
We're all in on offense.
I mean, that would be a good selling point if you just want to get to the NFL and you don't want to move.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fascinating.
I don't know. South Carolina, they're not a serious player.
They're not, but like that game for Tennessee in Columbia is a little bit tougher now that he's sticking around.
Yeah, I didn't even think of the Tennessee angle. We do play down there, don't we, this year, or next year. So that'll be tough.
I would have liked it better had they been, like replacing their quarterback and everything. Now that team wasn't very good with him this year, but I would imagine that unless he again just hates moving and doesn't want to live anywhere else.
Well, that might be what it comes down to.
I would imagine they had to pitch him on some type of plan to fix that team.
Some guys are just wired that way, Maybe just a guy who wants to stay home forever. After South Carolina's done, he can just sell cars there in Columbia.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to the NFL.
I like it here.
Move. Yeah.
Unless the Panthers draft me, maybe I go up there.
New York, I don't want to live up there, man. I'm staying here. Come down and see me at Lenora Sellers Hyundai, where we are sellers.
Lenora Sellers Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come up with something. I don't know. I don't view them as much of a threat, South Carolina.
No, and I don't either. But, we'll see. Like I said, I think they're more interesting with Sellers than they would be without him, because I think without him, you could go ahead and start packing Shane Beamer's bags. At least now they keep a little momentum and can maybe have some hope this offseason. To me, though, Sam, the big story is that the dominoes are starting to fall, and now the money changes. If you are another quarterback in the portal, right? If you're Sam Levitt, if you're maybe Brendan Sorsby, who we've talked about at Tennessee, I'd imagine the price of the bag, the price of the brick, the price of the quarterback just went up when you consider that Sellers was probably penciled in as the highest bag getter, maybe somewhere at Miami now. He's not there. That makes other teams more desperate to go out and buy some of these other guys.
Kind of feels like it's happening in both sides of it. Like you lose a quarterback maybe in the draft cycle this year, so the guys that you want to draft for the NFL are fewer and far between, and then now in the transfer portal market, you get one more guy that's off the market and not going there. So yeah, I mean, I do think the asking price for any of these quarterbacks, especially the ones with a couple years of eligibility left and stuff like that, a guy like Levitt, you got to think that his price just probably went up by a couple million.
Probably means it's less likely today than it was on Thursday or so that Tennessee is going to for sure get a big upgrade at quarterback in the transfer portal, just because there's one fewer guy like headed out that way. You know what I mean? So like just by default, the price has gone up, and the teams that were desperate, like Miami's now going to be even more desperate to go and get somebody. The chance, Cody, that it's George McIntyre at Tennessee, it just went up a little bit.
Yeah, it might end up what we might be what we end up with. I don't know. You'd be looking at a guy, either that or a true freshman.
Sure.
I don't think you want to go that route, most likely, unless he's just a superstar. I feel like you got to bring in a transfer quarterback if you're Tennessee. At least have somebody there, have a veteran there on the roster.
You'll bring in somebody.
Whether that works out or not, like maybe you do end up going with McIntyre anyway, but you got to have somebody on the roster.
Yeah, you're for sure going to take a veteran in here because, you can't have McIntyre and only, Faison Brandon as your backup. That's not the recipe for success. And I do still think Tennessee is going to aggressively go after quarterbacks. But like I said, the price just went up. The price just went up. If you are, let's just talk about Brendan Sorsby because he's been linked. There's ties there with Tennessee. The NFL draft just lost another name, an intriguing name in Sellers. You know what I mean? Like that was a guy that maybe would be competing to be drafted over Sorsby. Now he's off the table there, which makes the NFL draft maybe a little bit more appealing. But then even, if you come back to school, like I said, the price goes up because now you have a more desperate Miami.
Well, look at what a transfer quarterback can do for you. I mean, we talked about the Heisman. Look who was there. Transfer quarterbacks. I mean, the last several quarterbacks, they've been guys who have transferred and gone to other schools. Like if you hit the right guy, you can strike gold. You can bring in a guy who can get you to the playoff, who can go to New York as a Heisman candidate. Like if Indiana and Vandy can do it, I mean, hell, you'd think we ought to be trying to find that guy.
Is that four straight Heisman winners out of the transfer portal?
Yeah.
Now I don't know if I necessarily consider Travis Hunter to be that same type, because I mean it's not like he left an established program. He left, Jackson State and followed his coach. But Jaden Daniels transfer, Caleb Williams transfer, Fernando Mendoza transfer.
Well, if we trust Josh Heupel as a quarterback evaluator, I mean, that's supposed to be his bread and butter. That's supposed to be what he knows. I kind of expect him to bring in a guy of that caliber. Like, you're not always going to strike gold, but
is that the most pressure filled, a task he has this offseason? Because I mean, to me, is that bigger or smaller than the defensive coordinator upgrade as everyone looks at it?
Well, I think that was number one.
You think that was number one?
Priority wise.
Sure.
But now that he's got that done, you can check that box, at least in terms of making the hire. So
let's catch a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about that because, yeah, like you hit the nail on the head. You have to be able to find a quarterback, and Josh Heupel, that's kind of your job here, man. We'll dive into that after the break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This is an important medical message from Men's Pro Knoxville. If you're a man over 30 or you love one, and you've noticed changes that come with aging, performance and intimacy challenges, those aren't random off days. They're often signs of biological change and ED showing up in your life. Now is the time to act. I'm Evan Bass, and I started Men's Pro Knoxville because I saw the difference great medical care makes. We've been working hard every year to level up so you can too. Listen, sign up for some subscription pill, and sure, something might go up, mostly your auto renewal fee. Men's Pro Knoxville gives you a plan, here locally, not guesswork from the internet. Our trusted urology-based medical providers focus solely on men's health, ED, performance, and now Peyronie's treatment to enhance your life. We get your labs in 30 minutes, then build a treatment plan tailored to you. We even offer new treatments that might keep you from using a pill every time. Imagine confidence returning and intimacy? Yeah, it's back. Join the community of successful men in Tennessee transforming their lives. Call 865-544-8220 or book now at menspronknoxville.com. That's menspronknoxville.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
There is a special live broadcast of the drive coming Thursday afternoon at the all-new Liquor Vault Superstore in Fountain City on Tazewell and Broadway in the Old Party City building. Garage Beer will be doing a tasting at the store. We'll have some garage beer and fan run swag. $1 off all 6-packs, 12-packs, and 24-pack cases of garage beer and garage beer lime. Go by and see the drive on Thursday at the Liquor Vault Superstore. Talking some Tennessee football here. Cody made the case that Josh Heupel kind of has to hit a quarterback in the transfer portal because that's what Josh Heupel is supposed to do. Cody, I ask you, how much confidence do you have in Josh Heupel being able to do that when you look at the track record?
Not a lot.
Oh, God. Oh, no, he didn't even hesitate.
Yeah, well, I mean,
oh, God.
I feel like when it comes to Heupel's best quarterbacks, he's kind of lucked out.
Sam, do you concur?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, God. Bubba, do you concur?
What was the prompt?
Never mind.
Heupel, as we know, was always a big Joe Milton guy. That was his big evaluation.
Oh, he did love him some Joe Milton.
And he lucked into Hooker.
He did.
He loved him some Nico Iamaleava, who was clearly a head case. We'll see if he has the tools. I mean, I don't know if he's a NFL quarterback or not.
He did absolutely shred Jim Knowles' defense. Not in the Ohio State game, but in UCLA Penn State this year.
So
absolutely shredded him, 5 touchdowns.
Joey Aguilar, I guess I'll stay neutral on that one.
I mean, he looked into Joey Aguilar regardless. Like, that was the only name that was pretty much out there.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, whether you're pro Aguilar or you're not pro Aguilar, you think, well, he turns the ball over too much. He's not that great of a quarterback, whatever. Like, that was a weird situation where it's just kind of, you had to take what you could end up with at that point.
I'll kind of preface it by saying that I feel like he can get the most out of a guy, but I don't necessarily trust him to go hit on an evaluation.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, the Joe Milton stuff didn't exactly work, but we did manufacture a way to win games and to go out there and go win 8 football games. Then you do the same thing with Nico when it doesn't exactly look the best. And then Joey Aguilar, it was a kind of a last case scenario and mad dash to the finish and just kind of do as best you can with what you got. But I don't necessarily trust him to go out there and hit on all right, this guy's, he checks all the boxes to me. So I know he's going to go be a stud.
I feel like you've just kind of benefited from an easy schedule the last 3 years. Like in the wins that we've gotten. I think it's going to really ramp up a notch this year. And we need to have a guy in place who can play quarterback, because if we don't, that's potentially a 6-6 schedule if you don't have things figured out. I'm not saying we're going to go 6-6. I'm just saying it's potentially that type of a schedule if you're not prepared with your quarterback and your defense. It's a big year. I mean, it's a make or break type of year for Heupel. So he needs to hit on somebody.
I think everyone would, outside of the fringe, I think everyone would still have a positive perception, a positive grade for Joey Aguilar. At one point, Cody, it looked like it was going to be like an A+. I don't think anybody's out there with an A or A+ anymore, but I would imagine the vast majority of the fans at least have a B for his performance this year.
After the dust settled, yeah, he was fine. I think he was better than you thought maybe when we first got into the Aguilar sweepstakes.
Oh, I definitely think he was better than when we first got into the sweepstakes. But then he had the first quarter against Georgia that made you think that he was going to maybe be an A+. And
I think he played well enough that we should have beat Georgia. And I think he played poorly enough that we lost Oklahoma. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get that Georgia win.
Sure.
So
I think that's completely fair.
But I don't think that's his fault.
To me, a B-.
Yeah.
C plus.
Yeah. I'll give him a B minus.
B minus, C plus is kind of the worst you can give him, and we know that's a passing grade. So that, I think everyone still has a positive perception of him. But I do think what you said about lucking into him, that's the case for sure. Like getting him here was, I don't want to call it a blessing because of course you had to lose your quarterback to get him, but like the fact that he was on the, basically on the free agent market to come here after Nico took his job at UCLA was a blessing, because if you didn't land that, Lord only knows what you would have done at quarterback this year. You know what I mean? Like George McIntyre or Jake Merklinger would have gone 6-6 this year.
I mean, are we serious enough to go get a top quarterback?
Well, that's the question.
That's what I want to know. And, last year, I will say at this time last year, everybody was talking about our receivers. And, we made the decision to not get anybody out of the portal. And I think it worked out pretty good with what we had at receiver this year.
And, well, I thought you were going a different direction there when you said people were talking about our wide receivers, because people are talking negatively about our wide receivers at this time last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But also moving forward into the spring, like whenever quarterbacks were looking to come here, it wasn't like you were walking into a team or onto a team that had good receivers. I think that perception has drastically changed.
So yeah, maybe it'd be easier to bring in a good quarterback,
right?
Having the young receivers like Matthews and Staley.
Like last year, if you're trying to recruit Josh Hoover to come from TCU, if you're him, you're looking and saying,
who am I going to throw the ball
to? Who am I throwing the ball to?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be the case this year.
I mean, right now the portal offerings are pretty slim. You got the backup from Notre Dame, who's from Hendersonville.
Okay.
Kenny Minchie.
Don't want him.
They got both the starter and backup for App State.
Yeah.
AJ Swan and JJ Cole, who's 6'7", 245.
With all due respect to the transfer portal and the names you're mentioning, those aren't the discussions happening right now. And I don't even think they should be. Outside of Kenny Dillingham's, guy Sam Levitt, who has just basically said, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm gone. And Kenny Dillingham's like, okay, see you later. Go be great. Good luck. Outside of that, I think most of these quarterbacks, Bubba, are having discussions privately through representatives right now, because like Lenora Sellers, you don't know if you want to leave, but you want to hear what the offers are, who's offering you what before you enter the portal. So like, the names you mentioned, those aren't the names that we're like going after.
Could have had a guy that's 6'7", 245.
6'7".
My point was that Heupel, we all wanted a big receiver last year in the portal, and we didn't get one.
Mm-hmm.
And Heupel said, basically trusted their evaluations of we're good.
And I think
we've already got the guys we need.
And you would say he was right about that, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that was fine. So it might be, now that we're looking at a quarterback, that Heupel says, we're good. And maybe he decides he's ready to roll with George McIntyre.
I'd be shocked if that was the case. And
if he does, though, I'm saying that's a big decision.
I'd be shocked if that was the case, because we talked about it.
He likes his guys, though.
He does, but at the same time, I think at times whenever you have, like VolQuest, for example, when Austin Price says something or Brent Hubb says something critical of a player, to me, that comes from the coaching staff sometimes, and that comes from the program. So whenever they came out and basically was like, George McIntyre had one job this year, and it was to gain weight, and he is the same weight as he was before the season.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that comes from frustration from somebody in the program. And if I can't trust you to put on weight in the 6-7 months that you're here to gain weight, that wasn't even intentional. I'm sorry. But like, you got here in January or whatever, you get here and you can't put on this weight throughout the year. You didn't put on weight before the year. You couldn't put on weight through the season. How can I trust you to be the quarterback of the future? And the fact they came out and criticized that, to me, makes me think that they're pretty frustrated with that, and maybe view him as less serious of a program changing quarterback.
Maybe he just can't gain the weight. I mean, some guys just can't gain weight.
I refuse to believe that.
I mean, you're not going to get a big debate from me.
Yeah, like I
But,
just refuse to
you know.
believe that you can't put on weight. Like I understand that some guys can't whenever they are just like living a normal life. Like, hey, I'm not going to go spend $40 on food. Like I'm not just going to overeat and feel bad. I get that. You know, I've got skinny friends that way who's just they can't do it, but they're not.
Well, metabolisms are different too.
Yeah, but they're not part of a $100 million operation over there that has like all the resources that can fatten you up. You can fatten you up. You can.
Bulking, they call it.
Yeah, you can do it. It's just going to be unpleasant. But again, that comes down to how seriously are you taking this in terms of being a franchise quarterback, a program-defining quarterback.
I got to think George is trying.
So you mean to tell me you don't think he could gain weight if they were
I think
over there?
it's probably a real struggle for. I mean, he seems like a kid that's got a good head on his shoulders, right? Like, you think he's just ignoring the advice to gain weight? I mean,
that's what I'm asking you.
Like,
do you think?
I mean, George seems like a team player, good head on his shoulders. He seems like a guy that if they
where are you getting this from?
It's just what I imagine. He's a college athlete.
You've made this up.
He's a quarterback,
but you've made this up
from the Nashville area.
You've made this up in your head. There's been nothing that has shown that George McIntyre is above and beyond as a teammate or nothing. You've made this up in your head.
Maybe not as a teammate, but as just.
You don't know anything. We don't know anything about this guy other than like he comes from a good family.
Well, that's what I mean.
There's plenty of people that come from good families.
He comes from an affluent area
Sure.
in Nashville. You got to think he's got good parents.
Sure.
I feel like he would not just be like, "Nah, I'm not going to do what the coaches are telling me."
You know who somebody else?
I feel like he's got to be trying.
You know somebody else who probably had good parents?
Who?
Rob Reiner's son.
I feel that that's an unfair comparison.
I'm just saying, like your upbringing and like your parents, it doesn't matter. But I'm just you're putting all this stuff on McIntyre, and I hope all that's true that he's a good kid and all this stuff. But like we don't know. You can't just put that all on him. We haven't seen anything from him.
No, but what I'm saying is, chances are, I don't think that he's just saying straight up like, "No, I'm not going to gain the weight." To heck with what those guys are telling me. Like, I like my body the way it is. Like, I think he's probably trying.
I don't know, because I asked you, like, do you think that if your job was to gain weight, you could gain weight? And again, I'm not asking you personally, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think he has like a health problem. Like, I think he has some sort of condition where it's just like he can't eat some certain things that are easy to gain weight for or something.
So is that I mean, I know what you're talking about. They've said he has
certain things.
He has some
is
type
he one of these. Oh no, is he one of these gluten-free kids? Is he one of these?
Like William.
Oh no, one of these. I can't have.
Like I think he's probably allergic to a couple things or something. That's like.
Well, that's a black mark. That's a black mark on Heupel's evaluations. Then, if you recruited a peanut allergy kid, Josh, I mean, you know, going back to the original conversation, how can we trust this guy to evaluate if he recruited
the recruiting dinner? He's like, "Sir, excuse me, waiter, I can't eat certain stuff," and Heupel just walks out.
Well, here's what I would say. Because I know people have talked about the health thing, but like it goes back to what I said about VolQuest, that if it was an actual like debilitating issue, they wouldn't come out and openly talk about it. Like if it was off limits for me to sit up here and say he's got to gain weight, I don't think that they would do it as being, you know, basically an extension of the university. Like Brett Hubbs works for the university, like and does the stuff. Like they're very connected, of course, yeah, but they're also like. They're not going to be as freely when it comes to criticizing players. So if they're saying the weight thing is an issue and that he needs to gain weight and that was his one job, I think it's fair game for us to say medical issue or not, the team is frustrated with it.
Maybe he needs them to help him get the point. Maybe he hasn't fully grasped how big of an issue this is. Maybe if Heupel could just carry around a sack of dinner rolls and every time he sees McIntyre in the facility, throw one at him. Maybe he would get the point that way.
Whatever it is, it hasn't happened, and there's frustration over there about it. So, like, to me, if Josh Heupel comes out of this transfer portal and says, I'm good with what I have, do you trust it? You got no choice but to trust it. But I think every one of us would look at it a little side-eye, would we not? Like, would you be hyped up? Would you be like, you know, pumped up if we come out of this with no actual starting quarterback, and we're just like, hey, we're going to roll with either GMAC or the true freshman?
No, I would feel like we got a coach that's a little bit of a lame duck at that point, or not a lame duck, but it just kind of
the pressure would be on him if he makes that decision.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't know if that's where we're at or not. I don't know how close we are to that point.
Sam,
this is a make or break year for sure. But
Sam, would you be pumped up if we come out of the portal with no starting quarterback?
No, absolutely. I mean, like this next season will be a disaster if we start George McIntyre, Jake Merklinger, or Faison Brandon or whatever.
Yeah,
it is. Like,
I think Merklinger is not even in the equation.
Right.
I'm choosing not to even acknowledge him.
You say that with confidence that this season will be a disaster if we start McIntyre.
Yeah.
As in, like,
he'd get bent in half by game 4.
Yeah.
I won't go that far in terms of being completely confident it would be a disaster, but I would be skeptical at best. You know what I mean? Like you
don't go make a hire like Jim Knowles on the defense and then go roll out George McIntyre at quarterback. And that's no offense to George McIntyre, but like you need someone who's got some.
You're playing big boy. You're playing big boy football. You got big boy money. Like, yeah, you got to go out.
Takes like 3 seasons to adjust to, though.
Say that again, Bubba.
Doesn't his defense take a little bit of time? So, like time wise,
Yeah, I don't know. We still don't know how he's going to implement it. I would hope that he does the opposite and kind of starts it off dumbed down and then, gradually makes it tougher as we go versus putting it in and you have to do it from day one and then you struggle. But by the year 3, you'll figure it out. I would like for him to kind of take a hybrid approach of that where we're going to do some simple stuff and hopefully ease some complicated stuff in as the season goes on. But I fully anticipate that Tennessee would go out, like Sam says, and be a big boy and spend money. But that goes back to what I said about Sellers. Now that he's gone, a little bit tougher.
I'm getting depressed thinking about doing this cycle all over again.
What cycle?
The firing the coach and bringing in a new guy. Hoping you get the hire right. And, it's going to take another 3 years.
Well, don't get depressed because I don't think
Heupel's not the guy. He's not the guy.
So you are wanting to fire Heupel. You're done with Heupel.
No, I just said I don't want to do that again.
Right, but
I want him to be the guy.
Right, but you just said he wasn't the guy.
I mean, he's what is he? 60% as a coach in the league.
That's pretty good.
Is it?
In the league, 60% is pretty good. If you're saying he's 60% in the SEC
I mean, I'm
play.
thinking that's probably about what he is. I'm guessing that's about what he, I mean, this year you're 4-4, but 5-3 a couple of the other years. 6-2 in one of the years, but I don't know, man. I'd guess he's about 60. I don't count all those other. You look at his overall record; it looks good. He's what, like 41 and
45 and 19.
Yeah,
70%.
Yeah, that looks great until you consider that 20 of those games are bot wins.
Not quite that many, but
if you go through it for 5 years,
3 a year. I mean 3 a year.
Well, 3 a year plus like Syracuse, NC State. I mean, I know their power.
Virginia.
Yeah, but I'd say it's kind of pretty close to 20. Is 60% in the league, is that good enough?
So you remove 15. Let's just say you remove 15. Are we counting the losses? Let's just leave the ACC opponents in there because I mean you beat Pitt, you lost to Pitt. We'll just take out the 15, the 3 for 5 years. So that you're 30 and 19.
Yeah. A lot of those are Kentucky and Vanderbilt. I mean, I don't want to keep removing wins from the guy, but you're measured against you want to be measured against the top teams.
But I also think counting the first year is not really fair either.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Just with what he came into. I mean, like the 7 and 6, whatever. Like I don't necessarily think that's super fair to judge either.
Well, as Philip Fulmer once said, you're judged against Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, and maybe Florida, not as much now, but 2 wins against Alabama, no wins against Georgia.
He's 38-13 the last 4 years. Even if you remove, 12 bought wins from that, 4 years, 3 of them. So, even if you remove, 12 bought wins, that comes down to what? 26 and 13?
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good record. I fear that now we're going into a much more difficult schedule.
And I think if you did that to every coach, you would look at things differently. Like, because you're saying he's winning 67% of his games without it, right? Essentially, if you take away every program's 3 easy games, you're going to get a lot of like 500 or around 500 records in SEC play.
Yeah, I understand that. I wonder,
outside of like Kirby Smart,
how far over the threshold do we expect to be?
If you want to tell me the SEC games have been easy,
well, that's part of what I'm saying
yeah.
too. The schedule's about to really ramp up, and I wonder if we've got the right guy in place.
I don't know if it is ramping up, though. I was reading somebody say that Tennessee's got pretty much one of the best draws over the next 4 years in terms of the schedule.
I do like the way we're recruiting, and I'll give him props for that, for where we're at. I wonder about the coaching a little bit, but
quarterback's definitely an important question.
Yeah, I think it's a make or break year. I think it's
quarterback's an important question, and you can say that he has missed his evaluations. He missed on Joe Milton and he missed on Nico. You could say that, and you wouldn't get much blowback from me.
Would you say this last season was his first failure as a season at Tennessee?
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Like I think 2022 obviously was a great spike, that better than expected. 2024 was a great season.
I consider it a failure. I don't know if the vast majority of the fan base considers it a failure, though.
Yeah, well, I think it was. I mean,
I think it was too, but I
didn't beat anybody.
I just think that if you had told people that you'd go 8-4 after you bring in a quarterback in May, I'd say most people would be like, well, that sucks, but all right, that's good. That's the bare minimum you can do. I consider it a failure again, but I just don't know if everyone would.
I would have given it a pass if it was 9-3.
Sure,
with one home win over Vandy or Oklahoma.
Yeah. But if you beat Oklahoma and then lose to Vandy with the playoff on the line, I think that's a different story. But like, if you
still would have beat somebody.
Yeah, if you had just beaten Vandy at the end of the year, this would have been completely a different vibe. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Timeless traditions start with the ones we love and what we bring home for the season. Bring Inward Half home this holiday. Comfort and performance, made for the journeys you take and the memories you make. For quiet moments or the days you'll remember forever. From performance polos to cozy hoodies, modern apparel for men, women, and kids, there's something for everyone. This holiday, make tradition comfortable. Make it memorable. Make it Inward Half.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by SM Athletics. If you have a logo and you want to put it on some gear, give SM Athletics a call. 865-966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. You'll get great products at a fair price. You'll get excellent customer service. And you'll get the nice, warm holiday feeling that you get when you shop local. SM Athletics. Hour 3 headlines. Cody McClure, Collision Course, right now.
Thank you, John. DJ Lagway, breaking news.
Wheel.
Headed to the portal.
What do you think about that, Sam? Florida quarterback DJ Lagway intends to enter the portal, according to Pete Thamel.
Give me that gator.
Give me that gator. I mean,
taking him or no?
I think he could get revived.
Yeah.
I think it'd be risky.
Would you be excited if Tennessee went out and bought DJ Lagway's services and brought him in here? Would that get you pumped up, or would you be like, I don't know about that? I don't know about that. Pumped or eh? Pumped or eh?
Cautiously pumped.
Bubba, would you be pumped or eh if Tennessee landed DJ Lagway? Cody, pumped or eh?
Pumped.
Okay.
Heupel being able to coach him up. We've seen the flashes from Lagway. He was in a loser situation. I mean, it was what was he supposed to do? He had losers all around him. Losing culture, loser coach. I would take him. Give me Lagway. Give me Heupel coaching him up. Get him in a winning program, a stable program. I'd like to see what he's got. And it'd be a little payback for Steve Spurrier.
Only if he was good would it be payback.
Yeah.
Only if he was good.
I'm sorry for saying F the voters and F Indiana, says Diego Pavia. My bad. Fernando Mendoza is an elite competitor and a deserving winner of the award, tweeted Pavia.
It's so funny how much of a nicer person Fernando Mendoza is. Like,
Yeah.
he legitimately seems like one of the nicest guys around. And then you got Diego Pavia, who seems like legitimately one of the worst people.
During the ceremony, my buddy texted in our group chat and said that Fernando Mendoza sounds like he's doing a Shark Tank pitch.
Yeah. I didn't watch a second of it, but I can easily picture that.
He's so excited for his
yeah.
yeah.
I feel like they gave the award away pretty early in the night. I feel like I got the notification like 8:00.
They had a bowl game to play after.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Who played?
Washington and Boise State.
Okay, maybe that's why then. I feel like they used to drag on to like 10:00, and then I got the alert. Yeah, 8:00. I said, "Whoa, I didn't even realize they was doing that yet."
To be so close to my dream and come up short was painful. I didn't handle those emotions well and did not represent myself the way I wanted to. I think you represented yourself the way that we all thought you would. I have much love and respect for the Heisman voters, says Pavia. Yeah, clearly.
Parker writes in, Joe Milton, but it works this time. Eyeball emoji.
Let's do it. I like this Pavia statement. The last thing he says is, I wouldn't want anything to distract from that. I look forward to competing in front of my family and with my team one more time in the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Pete Nako says he expects to see a ripple of transfer portal announcements in the coming days following the final contract payments for the 2025 season. So everyone's going to wait, get their money, and then I guess say they're out.
There's an AI video of Mendoza punching Pavia in the face.
I saw that. It was so funny. They're like, Fernando Mendoza, Heisman, and he just leans over and just, boom, just socks him.
Yeah, it's good. Merriam-Webster. Its human editors have chosen slop as the 2025 word of the year, as opposed to their non-human editors.
No, I think that was intentional. I think they specify they have human editors because when I think of slop, what do you think of?
That's what they're going for. Is like, yeah, I see what
like
you mean.
AI slop. Like,
Yeah.
to me, like slop is just it. I think I used to think of pigs, but now when I hear slop, like, to me, AI is involved. It's AI slop. So that's why they tweeted out our human editors.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're trying to make a statement there.
That's cool.
But I do think slop is worthy of being the word of the year. I do think that's a good one.
Slop them up.
Make them extra sloppy.
Rick Barnes has informed the media, according to Ben McKee, that Dwayne Brown will start in place of the injured Cade Phillips when Tennessee hosts Louisville tomorrow night.
Really?
Yeah. Barnes says Brown has earned the opportunity by how he continues to perform in practice.
I got no issue with it, but like, maybe I'm wrong. And look, yeah, I know Rick Barnes knows more about basketball. Yada, yada, yada. Don't criticize the coach. Don't question the coach. But do you not think of Dwayne Brown more as a center?
I mean, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he is a big guy. But I think
he could be kind of versatile.
Like,
he, there?
to me, he's the backup to Okpara. Like, that's how I view him. Like, I don't want Okpara and Brown sharing minutes.
You don't want them both out there?
No, neither guy can shoot from outside 8 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not buying Okpara's three-point stroke just yet. Like, the last couple ones he's shot has looked shaky in confidence and shaky in execution. Like, I don't want Dwayne Brown and Felix Okpara out there together. Absolutely not. I'll wait to see, how it looks, but this is a bit of a head scratcher for me. I want less times with bigs out there, and I think Barnes is giving me the proverbial middle finger by saying I'm going as big as possible. I'm putting 2 bigs out there, and neither one of them can shoot.
And just the report that they said they were like preparing Amari Evans to go try and play some kind of Meshack type of 4.
Yeah, which I think, to me, that doesn't really matter who starts. Like, if you say you're starting Estrella, I still think you might see the Amari Evans, or even if you're starting Jalen Carey. Like, that's not going to be the main lineup, putting Amari Evans at the 4. I just want it for like 8 to 10 minutes a game. Let's just see what it looks like. So I got no problem with it not being what you'd put in the starting lineup, shaking it up that much. But, yeah, like I said, like, to me, the 2 bigs that can play the least together feel like Okpara and Dwayne. Especially against a team like Louisville, who's just going to get out there and run it, shoot threes.
We're going to try to drag them down in the mud.
Ay, caramba.
It's a big game tomorrow. Any interest in going?
I am going. I got invited.
Oh, congrats.
William Pattison.
William Pattison?
William Pattison, the host of the Playbook.
What an honor.
You're going with him?
One of my favorite boys. He said, hey, I got an extra ticket. You want to go? I said, sure. I'll go on a date with you. Let's go. Let's do it. I'll buy drinks. You got the ticket. Let's go. We'll have us a grand old time. Like the Flintstones used to say, we'll have us a gay old time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun time.
It will be.
Hopefully we see a win. It's going to be cold.
Yes, it will.
It's warming up a little bit.
Not as bad as today.
Yeah, I was going to say it's warming up a little bit. It's going to get back to like 50-something on like Wednesday, I think, which will feel nice. But, yep, I'll be at the game. Me and old Willie's going.
All right. Well, some other Vol notes for you here.
She had like club seats,
over
a
the
couple
weekend.
games ago. I hope he's got club seats. I didn't ask where they were. Hopefully they're at least lower, but I didn't.
Are you going to be mad if you're in like the 300s?
Mad? No.
The 300s in that arena suck.
Mad? No. Disappointed? Yes.
I hate the 300s at Thompson Bowling. Like, if that's the only tickets available, I don't like going there. Like, I don't. I'm lower level or bust at TBA.
Out of touch with a common fan. That's crazy.
It's just, I mean, they're just so, it's steep.
You got to get the Petros or you got to get the Moes. You go right up the steps, turn left, and then boom.
I went for the Kentucky game last year, and we sat up in those damn nosebleeds, and I was like, why are we here?
Was your nose bleeding?
Yeah, that's how high I was.
I sat up there for the Vanderbilt game last year. The view wasn't bad or nothing, but like
I don't like it.
It was a steep walk.
It is steep. It's scary.
It was a steep walk, but the tickets were a gift, so I said, sure, I'll go.
I'm scared.
It was steep.
A couple other Vol notes for you. Kelsey Pope got a big raise.
Okay.
The wide receivers coach for Tennessee. And Arian Carter.
Well, don't forget Joey Halsley. He did as well.
Well, nobody deserved it more than Halsley. And then Arian Carter declared for the draft. No surprises there.
No, the rumors about Carter, started coming out on Thursday and Friday. You kind of knew that was going to happen. Any take on Halsley at $1.3 million kind of feels, strangely enough, like a bargain for a coordinator these days. Not saying he's a bargain at $1.3 million, but just saying like feels like Tennessee's not super invested in that position. Is that fair to say? Unfair to say?
Sounds fair to me.
Yeah.
TMZ.
Good living for him. Don't get me wrong. If you're him, you're happy. Like $1.3 million to do nothing. Yeah, I'm thrilled. Let's do it.
He struggles in the housing market in Knoxville.
I also saw that the housing market went down for the first time in a long time. Like the
because of Bernie Madoff.
Home value went down a percentage for the first time that it hadn't actually gained in a while.
TMZ reporting as of 35 minutes ago that Rob and Michelle Reiner's son Nick is in custody.
So I guess all the rumors were true.
It seems that way, yeah. And Kalen DeBoer, the Alabama coach, says he has no interest in other vacancies in open college football jobs. He reaffirmed his commitment to the Alabama program ahead of the playoffs, saying Sunday, no interest in discussing other jobs. I have not spoken and have no interest in speaking with anyone about any job.
Kenny Dillingham got a nice raise, too, a new contract at Arizona State. I thought maybe he would be who Michigan kind of lucked into, but he says he's staying put. Where does that leave Michigan now? Like Jed Fish? Like getting him from Washington? Like
he's a Michigan man.
Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
He's coached there before, yeah.
Okay.
He was in the background of that the video of Harbaugh doing like the mock interview with Jameis Winston about talking to him about the crab legs. Jed Fish is in the background of that video.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
That wouldn't get me too fired up if I was a Michigan fan, but they win their bowl game?
Washington, yeah, they smoked them.
Yeah, 38-10.
How'd the defense look?
I saw Boise went up 3-0 early, and then only time I checked it was real late in the third quarter, and it was like 28-3, so they shut them down.
That Cricket Celebration Bowl was actually quite a thriller, as South Carolina State won in 4 overtimes against Prairie View.
2-point shootout, right?
Yeah, 40-38, South Carolina State. And Navy beat Army 17-16.
Speaking of bowl games, fans can get into the Boca Raton Bowl for free to go watch Louisville and Toledo play. My God, Louisville and Toledo. Who would want to watch that game? Well, you can get in for free. All you got to do is bring in some Bush's baked beans. Bring some beans.
I love Bush.
You get in, and the beans will get donated to help families in need. On this day in history, 1997.
December 15th, 1997. Did this have to do with music?
No.
Did it have to do with politics?
You could say it had to do a little bit with music and a little bit less to do with politics. Everything's got some politics in it, you know what I mean?
Was it a movie?
No.
Was it a TV show?
Yes.
A TV show. Did it debut?
No.
Did it air a big episode?
In hindsight, this episode was really, really big.
So this involved a TV episode specifically.
This event happened on a TV episode on this day in history in 1997.
Was it a real event?
That's a tricky question. Yes, no.
Yes or no?
It's a tricky question. A real event, I would say yes.
Was it an animated TV show?
No.
Was it a real TV show? Like a.
What do you mean by real TV show? Or not all TV shows real?
Was it a news event?
It wasn't a news event. No.
No, it was just a regular TV show. Did it air on a network?
It airs on a network.
CBS?
Oh, no, not a network. Not a network.
So it aired on cable.
Yeah.
Was it a sitcom?
No.
Was it a funny show?
People laugh. I gotta be honest, it feels like you're pretty far away.
Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up. I don't have a lot of confidence in getting to
Bubba, you got any ways to help? Sam? TV show, big TV show, 1997.
Any major names involved?
Big names
in the
involved.
TV show?
Yeah, big, huge names. Gigantic names.
Gigantic names. As in some of the most important Hollywood actors?
A couple. No, I wouldn't say the most important Hollywood actors.
Live performers of sorts?
Yeah, live performers. One pretty
musicians.
Big, not a lot of musicians, but again, there is music involved.
So one big performer.
Yeah,
though,
one
that you think of.
One big Hollywood guy.
Oh, it's a guy. Okay, that's a bit of a hint.
Yeah.
Okay, and Robert De Niro.
No.
Al Pacino.
No.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
Brad Pitt.
No. Bubba, any help?
Not today.
Sam, nothing.
Was the guy white?
The big Hollywood guy?
Yeah.
No, he's not white.
Was he black?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
I don't consider him really black, but
if he's not white, was he?
I mean, there's
Asian.
It's not just white or black. Yeah.
Well, we're getting there. He's Asian.
Somewhat
Asian. Somewhat black.
I consider somewhat.
Tiger Woods.
No. I consider somewhat Asian. I guess.
Okay, so somewhat Asian, somewhat black.
Yeah.
And he's a big Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting somewhere now.
I mean, Bubba, do you consider The Rock black? I mean, I again, somewhat. I mean, I don't.
I consider him to be a Islander.
Right. Asian.
Okay. So The Rock in 1997. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, that was good. Eventually you got there.
This King of the Ring?
No.
Okay. Did it involve a wrestling pay-per-view?
You're probably not going to get it, but
okay.
On this day in history in 1997, Vince McMahon announced the creation of the Attitude Era. Said that, like, hey, we're going to have more attitude. It's going to be basically risque TV moving forward. It's going to not be what you're accustomed to.
And they did a great job.
The Attitude Era was launched on this day in history in 1997.
The peak of wrestling.
Okay. Good job by you guys, I guess.
Yeah, we got kind of close there.
Bret Hart's first appearance on WCW.
That was a disaster. That also helped WWF win. I don't like Bret Hart. I never really liked Bret Hart. I like Bret Hart even less as he gets older and just more bitter. My brother's favorite wrestler was Bret Hart, and I used to think he was so boring.
The Hitman.
Yeah. You take that, you put the letter S in front of it, and that's exactly my thoughts on Bret Hart. Yeah, that was a good one by Stone Cold. That's what he said. Sam, send us a break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
This football season, crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Co-owned by the Kelsey brothers and brewed right here in the Volunteer State, Garage Beer is perfect for fall fire pits and Tennessee tailgates. So pick up a 12-pack today of the official beer of Football Fridays on Fan Run Radio. Garage Beer, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
For Tennessee's coaching staff, according to Chris Lowe, Anthony Poindexter maybe going to join Jim Knowles. He coached
Poindexter.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. He was co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach at Penn State the last couple years.
Are we going to retain Rodney Garner? That's all I care about.
The hope is that you do.
All I care about is Rodney Garner. If everyone else goes, I'm fine with that. Is there another guy on the defense that you feel great about keeping? I mean, Willie Martinez is respected in coaching circles, but
and I think our cornerback play has been pretty good. Like, I think Martinez has done a pretty good job here.
But you wouldn't be like sad if we don't have Willie Martinez.
No, Willie
right?
Martinez is up there in age. There's been a lot of retirement rumors surrounding him.
You're not going to be like, man, we lost Willie Martinez.
I don't think there's anybody on the defense outside of Garner.
Yeah.
And Garner, that's getting credit for the last couple years. I didn't think he was very good this year, although maybe it was a situation where you can't squeeze blood out of a turnip.
Yeah,
you know
I didn't feel like he had a lot to work with.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, maybe it's not fair to criticize him for how bad our defensive tackles were.
That's something that doesn't get talked about a whole lot, I feel like, with this team. Like, everybody was pointing to the poor safety play, but, you know, the defensive tackles, I was hammering that from week one against Syracuse. Like, losing those three guys to the NFL, that had a pretty big impact. I felt like we were kind of weak when we came into the year, and Jackson Moy was like, well, you know, nothing against him, but being one of our top studs at D tackle, I was like, I don't know, man. This might not be great. Omar Norman Lott, Elijah Simmons, and Amari Thomas were three pretty big old boys we lost.
For sure. And
need to beef up.
I think because of Garner, we kind of thought that would not be that big of an issue because you played so many guys last year. Like, you've got this development train rolling. Just put them out there. It'll be fine. And then you had even your starters get injured and never really kind of get back up to speed. So the middle of your defense was terrible. From the defensive tackles to the linebackers to the safeties. Like, the middle of the field was a problem.
And the corners weren't there.
So. And the corners weren't there. Yeah, like I give Colton Hood and Ty Redmond credit for keeping this thing above water for most of the season. But, yeah, like you really didn't have anything up the middle. Tim Banks, that's kind of why I called him a scapegoat, because I don't think it was necessarily fair to put all the blame on him, but we kind of put all the blame on him.
Yeah, I think he was struggling from a personnel standpoint, but also you could say that's because he wasn't really known as a good recruiter too, right?
Sure.
Like, he's part of the issue there.
Well, at the safeties especially, because he was kind of supposed to be our safeties guy. So, like, for sure the safeties are his problem. I mean, the linebackers have been recruited well if you just look at star rating, but, like, the linebackers didn't play good last year.
Who do you feel best about the defense coming back this year? I mean, I think we feel okay if Ricky Gibson comes back about our corners, right? Like Redmond and Gibson.
Colton Hood still hasn't closed the door either. I still don't see there's any way that he really comes back. I mean, if you're getting first or second round grades, I feel like you got to go pro. But
yeah, I'm assuming he's in the NFL.
He hasn't closed that door. He's still talking about it.
We need some more beef on the interior. I need some big boys. Need to get back to having those big 300-pounders in there stuffing gaps. That's where good defense starts.
Sam, is there a position on defense you feel the most confident in next year?
On paper, I think there's the most potential for the linebackers personally.
Yeah, I was going to say linebackers, I think, are my answer, which is funny because they were so bad this year.
Perlotti.
And then you're losing Carter off of it. But, like, the recruiting class, I think one of those freshmen will pop and be out there at least by the middle of the season making plays.
Spillman, Perlotti, you got a couple guys that are, top 100 recruits and stuff like that. You've seen a couple of those freshman linebackers have a role on the defense early in their career. I think that's the group that at least you got in the most bodies that you feel comfortable with.
I was going to say just kind of by default, like, you don't have much else like that you are too pumped up about on the defensive side of the ball right now.
Yeah, there's not a lot that makes me excited about the defense.
I feel like the defense, that's why that we've been talking about the blank check, the big time spending that you're going to do in the portal on defense. I think a big part of that is because you don't have positions that you're very excited about anywhere else. So you go and you spend and you try to buy some players and you try to make this better. And then you hope that they get coached up. But yeah, like right now on paper, there's nothing that I'm really too excited about on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, I feel the opposite about. The offense, I look at and like, the wide receivers, the offensive line, that looks pretty good.
If I'm buying defensive players, I start with a great safety and a great defensive tackle. That's where I start.
Yeah, I think I'd probably just start with defensive tackle. I know you said safety first, but like I think I'd go
safety first.
I think I'd go defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's what they tell you when you're lighting fireworks.
Yeah.
Safety first. Oh, my hand.
I don't really mess around with fireworks. If somebody else wants to shoot them, sure, but I ain't going to get down there and do it. No thanks. I am fascinated by this DJ Lagway thing, though. Like, I don't think he comes to Tennessee, but I do wonder if there'll be any interest there. But I'm also curious to see where he ends up. He saw Lenore Sellers say he was coming to school. He said, well, I guess I'll leave. I'll go get out on that open market. Do we think he ends up at an upper tier school, or do we think he has to kind of go somewhere like Duke? Not necessarily Duke, but like kind of a mid-level place that will treat him like a king.
I think he could end up at a top school.
Feels hard for me to think any top school would make him the main option. But maybe I'm wrong. Like when you say top school, like Alabama, if they lose Ty Simpson, like Clemson after Cade Klubnik, like what?
Yeah, top 25. I mean,
Texas Tech. I mean, maybe they look and say, "Hey, our schedule's so easy, you can come beat up on these teams next year."
That'd be a pretty good selling point in the Big 12.
Yeah, which Texas Tech's schedule, I was looking at it. It is super, super easy next year.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah, it'd be a good place to raise your draft stock, wouldn't it?
You would think so.
Yeah.
Sam, upper tier for Lagway or kind of a middle of the pack type of team?
I think upper tier for sure.
Really? I mean, you don't leave Florida if you're going to end up at Duke, do you?
No, not if you're going to end up at Duke, but I don't think you leave necessarily Florida and you get to go pick your next team either. Like if I'm Miami, like you think Miami, like they'll be like, hey, DJ Lagway, come on down. Like you're our big investment at quarterback. Sam, you're shaking your head. Yes. Like
I think he's going to have like 4 or 5 top programs to pick from.
He might.
Like, I don't think it's going to be like, oh, I'm forced to go to this school. And
I've just seen Tennessee fans kind of go back and forth on whether or not they would even want him. So I'm curious like how other schools would feel in terms of like making him the main priority, especially if you're at a school that is, going to be one of those that spend $5 or $6 million on a quarterback that's gone out, like Miami, who's gone out and gotten the top guy on the market the last couple of years.
Yeah,
or at least one of.
I don't think Miami's above DJ Lagway. I mean, they might have somebody else in mind. But
I mean, if you thought Lenore Sellers was going to get top money on the market, like DJ Lagway is going to get it too.
You view them as similar?
Yeah,
or the same?
I think DJ Lagway's better than Lenore Sellers.
Oof, man.
I thought coming into the year that Lagway had some moments that I really kind of liked him as a quarterback. And I know this year was a train wreck, but I think I blame a lot of that just on the losing culture and the being surrounded by losers. I mean, I'd like to see him in a winning program, see what he can do.
I view Lagway as a pretty big step below Sellers. Not saying I'm right in my evaluation, but Sellers, whenever I'd watch him, it seemed like he was getting betrayed by his teammates a lot of the times.
Yeah.
When I watched Florida, now you could say he was getting betrayed by the coaches, but like I didn't feel like Lagway was leaving a bunch out there on the field through drops and just like, the offensive line not being able to protect him. When I watched Lagway, I feel like he was a big part of the problem.
I mean, to me, Sellers he throws a nice screen pass and 5-yard pass, and he throws a really good 60-yard pass down the field, and just about everything in between there is wildly inconsistent.
Sure.
I think they're just 2 super athletes that are in really good, frames for an NFL quarterback, and guys that are oozing with potential, but they just don't necessarily show it consistently.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not willing to like fight over it or anything because I don't watch enough South Carolina or Florida this year to feel super confident, but just in the 2 or 3 games I turned on South Carolina, it just felt like he was having to be Superman just to beat Virginia Tech. Like I feel like he had to make some big time plays just to beat them. And then when I'd watch Florida, it'd be like Lagway against LSU, where the team's in it. The defense is keeping him in it, and he has 6 turnovers, and they just can't.
Hey, he was bad in that game.
Yeah, like, and that's one of the only games I watched of them this year. You know, Tennessee looked terrible against us too.
Yeah.
But again, I will say that I don't think Billy Napier was doing him any favors. I don't think they had a lot of talent, explosive talent at running back or wide receiver either. So I'm not blaming it all on Lagway. And if Tennessee was in the Lagway sweepstakes, if you want to call them that, I would be interested. My interest would be piqued. I'm not saying he's a bum by any means.
I'd be interested to see what he could do at a place like Tennessee.
Yeah, like
with some receivers, and
you would hope the coaching would be so much better, right? You would hope the coaching would take any of these quarterbacks and improve, especially a place like South Carolina where Beamer, doesn't get credit for being a great offensive coach by any means. I think we just think of him as a motivator / special teams guy.
A daddy's boy is what I think of him as.
Sure. And then, Sunbelt Billy, who got fired. So, like, you would hope that your school, no matter who you are, would be an upgrade over both of those quarterbacks.
Right. I think so, yeah.
What year is Sawyer Robinson?
What year is he? He's got another year of eligibility left, right? Or no?
Because Lagway's father was a running back at Baylor from 97 to 01.
Okay. Maybe he doesn't have any eligibility left. I don't remember. I know, like, Josh Hoover at TCU does, but you're not asking for from Tennessee's perspective. You're talking about DJ Lagway to Baylor?
His dad was a running back there.
That would feel pretty sad if he ends up at Baylor. But it might be like that's who I'm talking about when I say Duke.
Yeah.
It does appear like Robertson, they're listing him as a senior on his page, but it does seem like he would probably have a transfer whenever he left Mississippi State. He only threw 11 passes. Like, I would think he would be able to get a year of eligibility back there. I would think. He only played in 3 games, so that should have been a red shirt. But yeah, like, Baylor's to me like what I'm talking about with Duke. A mid-tier team.
Are there any names out there that we don't know about at quarterback that maybe we're evaluating? Like, you talked about Sorsby at Cincinnati. People know him.
Yeah.
Lagway's a name we know.
That to me is going to be the most interesting thing when this transfer portal opens is who Tennessee gets linked to, but also just all the quarterbacks who hit. Because
what about the kid at Cal?
He said he's staying.
Okay. Mendoza came from Cal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he said he's staying. I wouldn't be too fired up for him, anyways. I didn't like watching him play. He was just a freshman, so I'll give him a little bit of
I liked him
pass.
early on, but
yeah, I just didn't actually see it when I watched him.
What's Nico doing?
I would imagine Nico is going to be a portal guy. At least, somebody that considers the portal. I wouldn't think he's going pro.
You think about bringing him in? He knows the system.
You could do worse. Maybe Chesney looks at him and says,
home.
Maybe Chesney convinces him to stay, though. Be like, hey, I'm a winner, man.
Kenny?
I know how to win. No, not Kenny. Bob Chesney. Just have him there, have him locked in. But every quarterback on a non-contender should probably at least consider the portal, right? At least, get you some money. Now, you might lose the locker room, but I would imagine the college locker room is different than the NFL locker room. The college locker room, I'd imagine every kid in there is worried about their money. It's so new that, everybody, hey, you might as well get some leverage out of this.
Lane has retweeted that DJ Lagway entered the portal, so we can pencil him into LSU.
Man, it'd be really weird if I'm an LSU fan to watch him have it was 6 interceptions, right? Am I wrong? Was it 6?
5 is the number in my head.
Yeah,
okay, it might have been 5.
Maybe 6 turnovers.
It might have been a situation where I looked and said maybe I thought he was going to throw 6, but 6 is what's been in my head. But
you got 5 picks.
You guys are probably right. Yeah,
that I remember. Now maybe he fumbled. Maybe there were
5 interceptions. Like, it'd be really tough to be an LSU fan and watch that game, then convince yourselves oh yeah, this is who we want.
I'd be going to get the Bryce Underwood if I'm Kiffin.
Yeah.
You already got the tie there to LSU. He's already, he thought about it. He maybe wanted to go to LSU.
I guess he's young enough to where we'd still convince ourselves that he's good, but like Underwood didn't really show me much.
He's at Michigan.
Yeah. Like I said, maybe you could just convince yourself that it's not a big deal.
I wouldn't be playing good in Michigan either in the cold.
Yeah.
Who wants to play quarterback at Michigan? When have they ever had a good quarterback?
It's been a while.
Denard Robinson.
He probably was their last. I guess McCarthy was, McCarthy had moments. Won a national championship. Now, I'm not saying he's the reason they won the national championship, but I would say, I'm just saying Michigan fans probably consider him a good quarterback.
He had good coaching for sure.
I would say they consider him a good quarterback. He had that one game where he dropped like 40 on Jim Knowles' defense, just deep ball after deep ball.
You keep talking about people dropping points on Jim Knowles' defense.
Well, there's been some moments where the defense has been a little shaky. There has been. They didn't do it in year 3 at Ohio State, but J.J. McCarthy whipped his ass the 2 years before that. And Nico, look it up. I mean, he did dominate that defense this year.
Ran all over him.
Yeah, he had like
I remember watching that game. All he did was run.
He had like 160 yards passing, like 150 yards rushing, but had 5 touchdowns.
Running around like Bo Jackson out there.
Not saying that makes me nervous about Jim Knowles. I'm just saying those just happen to be two timely references to make.
Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings. That's what they say.
No, they don't. Sometimes the facts just want to hurt your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad. I don't want to be at the level where we're begging a DJ Lagway. But also I'm intrigued by him.
I think we need somebody.
He is an interesting transfer portal name. I do think that's why you saw Pete Thamel say like he's following the path of like Bo Nix, who was at an SEC school and nobody really thought highly of because he never quite was able to break through, but then went transferred and now is the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Be nice to have a Bo Nix on the roster, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have to say yes because he was pretty good at Oregon.
Well, he was just a freshman at Auburn.
Well, he was there for a while at Auburn, wasn't he? I mean, he got more than just a freshman year.
He
there,
might have played his sophomore year, but
I thought he played 3 years at Auburn. Did he?
I don't remember that.
Did Bo Nix not play 3 years at Auburn?
He played forever.
I don't know.
You thought he left as a freshman?
I just remember him as freshman year. I don't remember much about what Auburn did. Maybe he did play.
He played 3 years at Auburn.
Okay,
and then played 2 years at Oregon. Then had the COVID year. So I mean,
So he played 6 years.
No. He played 3 years. He started as a freshman at Auburn. Played 3 years. I'm saying he got an extra year to play 5 because of COVID.
Yeah, I remember him being good at Oregon.
16-6, 12-7, 11-3. Those were his touchdown to interception numbers. 11-3. My God. Went to Oregon though, and his completion percentage jumped up 11%, and he went from 11 touchdowns to 29 touchdowns. And then his senior year went up to 77% completion percentage. Now maybe a lot of dump downs or whatever. 4,500 yards. 45 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
We call that playing in the Pac-12.
Who the hell won the Heisman in 23? I kind of feel like Bo Nix maybe should have won the Heisman. Look at those numbers.
That was Bryce Young's year.
4,500 yards.
No, it wasn't. That was Jaden Daniels.
4,500 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. My God.
No, it wasn't. That was Caleb Williams.
Keep trying. You'll get there.
Caleb
eventually.
Williams. Yep.
Are you sure that wasn't Jaden Daniels?
23? Am I getting a
23 was Jaden Daniels, wasn't it? Wasn't Caleb Williams
22 was Caleb Williams. 23 was Jaden Daniels. Yeah, that's right.
And then last year was Travis Hunter. Yeah.
And now Fernando Mendoza.
You said you didn't buy into him or Indiana. They're going to beat it out of you, I guess. They're just going to keep winning and winning awards until you have to.
Until they play Georgia.
Cody's going to be sitting there. Georgia, you're my last hope. Last call on the other side. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Is that old tree in your yard starting to lean a little too much? Branches hanging over your roof? Don't wait until it's too late. Call ECR Total Landscapes today. At ECR Total Landscapes, we specialize in safe, professional tree removal, trimming, and storm damage cleanup. So if you've got trees that need to go, now is the time to give us a call. Plus, we're offering free stump grinding now through the end of the year when you use or mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, free stump grinding for FanRun Radio listeners. At ECR Total Landscapes, we live up to our name by offering total landscape services. In addition to tree cutting, we also offer a wide range of landscape installation services and custom monthly maintenance packages that create stunning outdoor spaces tailored to your vision. Give us a call today to schedule a free estimate at 865-384-2012 or just visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Last call here on the program. Cody, any final thoughts on this Monday morning? The odds of December.
One thing
Okay.
was Luke Altmaier. He's playing the Music City Bowl and talked about Tennessee.
Did he talk about Tennessee explicitly? Trying to come get him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
He just said that extracurricular stuff won't matter when they take the field or whatever. And it's an interesting thing. A lot of behind this.
I was like, who is Illinois playing in the Music City Bowl?
It's us.
It's us.
Yeah. No, it took me a minute to get it too.
Yeah.
I had forgotten.
We're in the Music City Bowl.
Because I kept seeing this stuff about Altmaier, and I was like, why am I seeing this stuff about Altmaier?
I thought you were going to tell me he was playing him. Going to enter the portal or something, and he might be a name. But you're saying that, oh yeah, we play in the Music City Bowl.
That's right. Yeah. He said a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Bottom line is we're going to play our best 11. They're going to play their best 11. And the world of college football is crazy. A lot of stuff going on there for sure, he said. But it won't matter during the game. He didn't really say anything.
Didn't have much to add. Bowl season, I guess, taking a break today for Monday Night Football. Then we'll be back tomorrow. Troy and Jacksonville State. Whoopee. Kennesaw State, Western Michigan on Friday, though. I got my eye on that one. My house, 3.5-point dogs. Sam, anything you like tonight in the Monday Night Football game? What's your leg going to be for your boys? Your little primetime parlay?
That's a good question. Haven't done too much thinking about this game.
I'm just
yet.
on. I need Achane. I need Achane to have a good game tonight. So I want to see the Dolphins. You might not have been keeping up with the Dolphins recently, but they have morphed into just a power running team. They're like, hey, our quarterback kind of sucks. We don't really like him. He's not very good. So how about we just hand the ball off to like our running backs like 40 times a game? How about that? The Steelers ain't been great at stopping the run. TJ Watt got Tyrod Taylored over the weekend, or I guess that was like the end of last week, where they puncture his lung and almost mess him up. He's out for the night. So I like Achane stats tonight. Give me Achane to score, run for 80 yards. I feel good about those two. All right, Bubba, what do we miss today? Couple things here.
Couple things
here.
We had the Bengals kind of getting in trouble for their lack of snow removal by the NFL, but they said
the Bengals owner just didn't do anything to eliminate the snow, right? They
said they did it, but then they blamed it on more snowfall that happened after they already cleaned it, and they just didn't do anything like, I guess, day of leading up to it.
So like you just have to clean up on Saturday and you're good to go, or what? Like first thing Sunday morning? Like what's the procedure there? But I did see people mad in Cincinnati that the notoriously cheap owner did nothing to like help the fans in the stands.
Well, get your asses out there and shovel it like they do in Buffalo.
They do it in Buffalo when Buffalo's good. I don't know if they'd get there and shovel for Buffalo if they were 4-9, get shut out at home.
Yeah, I would. Who goes to that game?
That's what I'm saying. You got to be a real
loser.
A real loser to be out there.
Yeah, it's on you for going to that game.
We have UFC lightweight.
Maybe they're just trying to watch Joe Burrow's last couple games in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We have UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria putting himself on hiatus from any title defenses because of legal troubles with his wife. I think they're going through a divorce.
How long do you get in UFC?
Oh, brother, depending on your name, you can get years
Really?
if you want to. If your name's John Jones, you ain't got to fight once every 4 years.
But they put with John Jones, correct me if I'm wrong, did they not do an interim belt?
They did.
Okay. But he got to keep his, and then they fought to unify him or whatever. Is that right? Is that how that went?
He never fought again.
He never fought again? Okay. But they do interim belts if somebody gets hurt, right? Or do they just make them vacate it?
Because Aspinall became like the interim champ, I believe. But
back in my day, WWF had that same rule. You had to defend the title once every 30 days. AK just, at least on pay-per-views. But they got rid of that too.
People working too hard, I guess.
Yeah. Like, hey, some guys don't have to do it, but once every couple months.
Some guys have all the luck.
We had Rashee Rice and Kyle Larson with a really bad collaboration, as it appears Rashee Rice wore a Hendrick Motorsports jacket, and Kyle Larson put out on social media, hey, looking good.
I do think about that every time Rashee Rice gets hit, that like the tweet that was like, now roles are reversed. Somebody's hitting Rashee Rice and running away. Yeah. And probably not good for Rashee Rice to be wearing motorsports
anything
stuff.
involving automobiles.
We had the Ritsumikin Panthers winning back-to-back Koshien Bowls over the KG Fighters.
What?
You said Ndamukong Suh?
Try this again, Bubba. What?
Ritsumikin Panthers.
The Ritsumikin Panthers, okay.
Winning back-to-back Koshien Bowls.
Is this Chinese football?
Japanese national championship.
Japanese. My bad.
Say with all the K's, it sounded more Japanese.
My bad. And plus, I knew Japan was actually playing football. I don't know if China does. Japan does have like a football league. Okay. So somebody went back to back?
Yep.
That's cool. Japan, I mean, if you're them, you probably feel like you got like you're trying to medal in the Olympics here in a couple months, like in the like flag football. You probably feel like, hey, we've been doing this for years now. Like, okay, of course, the U.S. is going to get the gold medal.
Silver's basically gold.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that's kind of how it is in basketball. That's why you see, like, whenever teams get to the gold medal game, like, they treat it like it's a huge deal because, that's the biggest accomplishment, really, at least typically. Who do we think will be the silver? Like, is it going to be Japan? Do we think, like, England or – no, not England. Canada, maybe? There's probably some good Canadian – football players, right? They probably have the beat on the second place. Maybe. I'm interested in the flag football just from that. Like, who else is good besides America?
We have a preliminary injunction hearing in the Patterson versus NCAA case.
Patterson? Versus NCAA?
That is a
They're
class
trying to
act-
shut down the Patafacts? They said no more Patafacts? College football.
It is a class action lawsuit challenging the red shirt rule.
My boy's got the graphics on lock. He does a great job with that. On both the Fan Run Sports on Instagram, we've built that up, and then the Patafacts Instagram. William does a great job with those.
My group text, that they send a lot of them in there.
Yeah. Baited. That's what he got right back.
Yeah.
Baited.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. I mean,
Also got Fair State versus Harding for the D2 Natty. What a weird matchup that's going to be. As
Ferris State versus whom?
Harding.
Harding? Who the hell is Harding?
They're from Arkansas.
They run the option.
Harding University.
I had a buddy in high school that went to Harding.
Searcy, Arkansas.
Okay, so D2 is not that's not the same as
That's
the
about
FCS.
40.
I'm thinking FCS.
No, FCS.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we have first time ever Brawl of the Wild playoff edition.
Nice.
What is
Montana
that?
State going
Montana
to
versus-
Bozeman, Montana.
Okay, that's what I was going to guess. Montana versus Montana State.
Then we had Scott Frost suing Nebraska over tax liability tied to money he never received.
Tax liability. Okay.
That's cold.
All right. College football. All right. Well, good job by you guys today. Dolphins Steelers.
Also, Kyle Whittingham retires.
No,
No?
he said he didn't retire.
Just kidding.
Fake news.
False report.
Well, he left Utah, and they said he was retiring, but apparently, like somebody pushed back and said no, like he's not retiring. He is interested in other opportunities. I don't know how far Michigan's got to get down their list before they call him, but like, I don't know what other opportunities he's going to get. But I guess that just really means that like Utah kind of forced him out.
Bring private equity into football. That's what happens.
He said, "I'm not doing any of this stuff."
They'll be wearing turbans before we know it.
Bubba's saying we can't see him, and he's throwing up the threes. Never give up, kids, unless Gunther's got you in a chokehold. Then you tap out. That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio.